Mars, can I hear your top 10 players in the league right now?
Dang.
This
Straight
sounds
into basketball, huh?
awfully premeditated, Mars. He's been plotting on you for this for a long time.
Am I including guys like Kawhi and guys who are hurt, or am I just
Your
going
caveat
based off?
guys. Yeah, you can include your caveat guys. I want to see where they lie as well.
This took a
you got-
turn. This took quite a great turn to start the show.
You got Giannis, Jokic, Steph, Bron, Kawhi, KD, Luka, Embiid, AD, Dame. I think would be my top 10.
Can you
So
say that one more time? For the people in the back.
Giannis, Jokic, Steph, Bron, Kawhi, KD, Luka, Embiid, AD, Dame.
I hate Jokic number 2.
I know you do. I saw your TikTok. TikTok.
Jokic number 2 petrifies me.
What's wrong with Jokic number 2?
I think what you guys are in love with is you guys are in love with the stats, and you're not understanding that Jokic and him having the great year he had, that's something more of like he had to do that. But those stats can't be the overall, basis of why he's number 2.
He had a great year last year.
Yeah, and it's because Jamal Murray got hurt last year as well, right?
In April. He missed 12 games. Jokic was the favorite or top 2 in MVP. Before that, he was still.
Where were they slated to finish in the playoffs?
What, last year or this year?
Last year.
They were a top 3 seed.
Top 3 seed. That would have been nice if it would have happened.
I'm pretty sure they were a top 3 seed. I could check
at the time. Okay, my only issue with this top 10 is that the Jokic is kind of wild at 2.
Where should he be?
Not 2.
I mean,
they were the 3 seed. They were the 3 seed last year, but tied with the
behind Joel.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, I change my mind whenever I want to, just like you guys should. If you don't, you kind of create biases.
So what's happened? Once you start to be just moved down.
So your bias doesn't change, just your takes.
Yeah, I want to remove him from the top 5.
So why is your top 5?
My top 5.
Why question? Why come?
The thing with Jokic is I don't know if he's a ceiling raiser or a floor raiser. That's my only problem with him. And the jury's still not out on which one. That's my only beef with Jokic.
I have a little bit beef with that too, because I think a lot of people are seeing how well and I'm not gonna like shit on Jokic, but he does a great job at floor raising the people around him, making something out of the lack of talent that he has. But when I'm looking at the top 5 or sometimes the top 10 players in the league, they all have the capabilities of doing that. Every single one of them. So I can't just say, okay, he puts up all these great numbers on a cast that really shouldn't even be in the playoffs. But if I think that everybody else can do that in his own little realm, I'm not going to big him up into a top 2 range just because of that. That's just, it doesn't make sense to me, because Stephen Curry could have been a top 2 player last year if we're holding that same type of criteria. And
that's why I'm with Dub. I don't understand Jokic over a lot of guys just because of statistics.
What are you not seeing when you guys watch Jokic play?
He's a hell of a player.
So then what? Because I don't know where Dub has him, but you said you don't want to have him in your top 5. So based on the guys are above him, what are you not seeing?
I mean, he for sure is top 5. I think Giannis, Steph, number 2. Giannis, Steph.
I got my 5.
Probably Jokic at. I mean, because I look at the peers around him. I compare Jokic to a KD. I would have to give the tip of the hat to Jokic. I compare Jokic to an Embiid. It's kind of a toss-up.
Why are you preferring Jokic over KD?
Just in terms of floor raising and ceiling raising, in no disrespect to KD, because I've said this all the time, I honestly have never seen him. I won't say haven't seen him. I mean, he's done great things. He has done great things. I just can't get over the Golden State Warriors situation and him not having any championships without them.
Well, we have to understand too with Kevin Durant. He only really has one playoff run where he could have done something, which is the one that just passed. Every year after the Warriors, he's either been hurt or his teammates have been hurt. This year, James Harden got left and didn't even get replaced by anybody. So we can't sit here and be like, oh, he couldn't do it without the Warriors when he really
You
hasn't
just
had
did
a
that.
So why you say this year's the only year he could have done something if James Harden was out of there?
I say to me personally, I don't really care about it, but I know a lot of people do. So I said, if you want to use 1 year, you could use this year. That's fine with that. Me personally, I think a lot more struggles came from the team rather than Kevin Durant and his talents as a player. So me, I wouldn't be like, all right, he couldn't do it without the Warriors when there was so much chaos that happened this year to be able to negate them going to the finals and playing basketball.
KD's damn near been in the league 15 years. What are we talking about?
First of all, I want to say hey to Dell. Dell, how are you? Congratulations on everything. Congratulations on the baby, bro.
Let Dell marinate.
No, I'm already steaming. It's like I walked into an amazing Joker over Slim take or whatever the case. Other than Joker winning 2 MVP, Shaq, let's just take KD on OKC. Who would you say is a better player? Just KD OKC career versus Jokic in Denver. Who would you take?
I mean, before championships, before MVPs.
Well, he had 1 MVP. Jokic has 2 with Denver. KD had 1. But amidst all of that, KD with OKC.
Yeah, we leaving that out?
No, you could put the MVPs in there. I'm just asking, who would you take and who would you view as a better player? Just that.
If Jokic plays like this for, let's say, the next 5 or 6 seasons,
just up until right now, like just his OKC career and Jokic's Denver career, who would you say was the better player? Because you say you pick Jokic over KD because the Warriors thing got you mad, this, that, and the third. So just use KD on OKC.
Man, that's tough. I feel like that's splitting hairs, and I wouldn't be mad at either one.
Right. So with that being said, in terms of it's splitting, to me it's KD, but how is it? It shouldn't be splitting hairs. You should pick Jokic. You should outright pick Jokic because you're outright picking him now.
No, I'm not outright. I personally just said that the whole KD to Golden State Warriors situation is what got me kind of off KD.
It's like vinegar.
Kind of always had me
vinegar.
off KD. Yeah, it is like vinegar. What's wrong with that? I could bring up some takes that are like vinegar to you as well.
I'm not bringing up the takes. I'm talking about him going to Golden State makes you feel like vinegar when you looked at his career, not the take.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
I feel like everybody.
In your mouth. Like, come on.
Yeah, I feel like everybody should kind of have that bad taste in their mouth. And now we're in another situation where, pause.
Just because
we're
of
in
Golden
another
State.
situation. Yeah, we're in another situation where KD can kind of turn things around, fight, claw, and what are we looking at? Adam Silver's ready to enact the KD rule, whatever that will be, where players can't request trades early on in their contracts. He's going to look into it. And I'm looking at KD like, what's going on? But I mean, we've had this debate a million times, so we don't have to keep going here every episode. But when we're talking about Jokic, I'm like, well, Jokic, you're not out of the top 5. It's a toss-up between you and Embiid. So who do you guys have, KD or Embiid?
KD.
And you guys have KD over Jokic too.
That's a toss-up too. If we're talking about Jokic and KD being a toss-up, KD and Embiid's a toss-up as well. Let's not act like Embiid wasn't about to snatch the MVP trophy the last
Well,
2 years.
Okay, let's not act
So
as if Kevin.
Embiid can easily be a back-to-back
And also,
MVP.
let's not forget the fact that KD did go. You know, speaking about his OKC years, right? We're talking about how many years he's been in the league, like equating that to how many years Jokic has been in the league.
Thanks,
right?
Euro. Thanks.
KD actually been to the finals, so I'd rather do one finals appearance and one MVP as opposed to no finals appearance.
Super squad, and the other players on that team get no type of credit.
Wait.
What?
Super
a
squad.
6-man James Harden is a super squad, or his name is a super.
You tell me a
James
6-man
Harden
that's
was
been better
going
than James Harden. You tell me a
bonkers that year.
6-man.
James Harden was going absolutely
no.
bonkers that year.
And so
okay.
why is everybody talking about LeBron? Yo, that's not really a fucking title because they went against some puppies. Is it a super squad or is it some little young ones?
Thank you, Euro.
It was a super squad. Undeniably, it was a super squad. They just weren't about to beat a super duper squad.
Let me ask you a question right now.
Super duper.
We're talking. Come on,
Yo, Ron,
come
let
on.
me ask you a question real quick.
Come on.
Is the Memphis Grizzlies right now, are they a super squad?
I wouldn't consider them a super squad.
Exactly my point. But they have players in there that can manifest. Like Ja Morant is a superstar.
No, but
Desmond
have
Bane
they
is very
manifested,
good.
Dell? You just doing imaginary
Dell,
shit right
you
now.
better stop.
Have they?
Ja
Dell, so
Morant
who's gonna
is
beat the
no
Russell
Kevin
Westbrook?
Durant.
Wait. No,
Ja Morant
he's
was
a
no
superstar.
Kevin Durant.
Time.
He's a superstar.
He's not what Kevin Durant was. No way.
We're not talking, but you see, this is my
That
point.
Ja Morant does not equate to that Kevin Durant
my point.
at all.
We're not talking about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant he's out of it. You're saying Kevin Durant had the super squad.
He did.
That's what you're saying. Desmond Bane, all the players on Memphis Young, they could come up and be some of them could be all-stars in the NBA.
Which one is going to be James Harden? Which one's going to be Russell Westbrook?
Thank you.
And just for shits and giggles, which one is going to be KD?
No, Shaq, you're not getting what I'm saying. They're
I'm getting
young
what you're
right
saying.
now.
You're using.
No,
yes,
no.
but
I'm saying
no,
they're
you can.
young. No.
Dale, then we can do that with any. Dale, let's do that with any team.
That's
Let's
my
pull up
point.
all 30
Back
teams and
then-
say this person could be James Harden, this person could be Russell
But
Westbrook.
Shaq,
Let me
that's
ask you a
even
question.
close.
Hold on,
Y'all do know that next year they all played on the Olympic team, right? All three of them.
James Harden
Nobody from
left
Memphis is playing on the
Listen,
Olympic team, including Ja.
Listen, when James Harden left for Houston, everybody was like, "Oh, they just let a superstar walked out the door"?
no.
Everybody knew it was a
like,
mistake.
why did you guys not re-sign him? Everybody said,
The
how could you?
debate at the time was only, "Hey, should we take should we take Ibaka or should we take James Harden?" That's what was going on. They didn't want to pay James Harden. A GM
yeah,
that
exactly.
It's
That's
Sam
why they
Presti-
didn't take him
is Sam
because they didn't
Presti,
want to pay him.
Is Sam Presti a good GM? Yes or no?
He's a good
Yes.
drafter.
No.
He's a good drafter.
Yes.
I think he's a very good GM.
Why? He gives up everything all the time.
No, he gives
Harden.
the only person he gave up was James Harden. Everybody else he had to trade because that's how the time went. He had to trade Russ. He had to trade Paul George. He didn't he only gave up James Harden. So his decision making, the players be like, "I'm in OKC. I want to get the hell out of here." But the fact that y'all viewing 2000 the 2012 OKC as a super squad based on who the players became today is kind of gross.
So why did they make it to the championship if they weren't that good, Dale?
Because I didn't say they weren't that good, because they had Kevin Durant. That's why they made it. That's why.
Is that the only reason?
So is that the best team KD's ever played for? Warriors aside, obviously, is that the best team KD ever played for?
No, you know what's insane about all of this? I think Brooklyn this year, if they had a mental, they could have been better than that team.
Well, that's probably what
It's,
made
it's
that
no
team
way, Vaughn. It's no way you think 6-man James Harden is a super squad. I'm sorry, bro. That
team was ridiculous. And the thing about it is,
let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Was it a super squad with Charles Barkley, Kyle Drexler, Scottie Pippen, Hakeem at the end of their career? Did you view them as a super squad?
I would say that was a super squad.
Would you? Were they in their super? Were they in their super?
What year was that? What year was that? That was 90, 96?
No, that was later.
That was a little later?
That'd be 98, 99.
That has to be after Mike left the league. 99.
Nah, maybe. I probably wouldn't say that, no.
Why not though?
Because they're out of their prime.
Okay then, thanks.
What's the point you're trying to make?
Harden wasn't in his prime yet.
Harden wasn't in his prime, but Russell, these dudes are like generational talents. So,
And so are
the dudes
in
regardless,
99.
No, they're
regardless-
not. No.
Come on,
what
Dell.
about the dudes in
They
Memphis?
were in a rocker. They were in a rocker at that point. I'm talking about no matter what.
And
these
they had baby bottles when they were in the finals.
No, because Katz was saying that KD was already the second best player in the NBA. So you got the second best player in the NBA.
And he averaged 30. And he averaged 30 in the NBA finals. 31.
Okay, and Russ had emerged as one of them ones. And James Harden had shown signs. James Harden had shown signs of, hey, I have all-star potential. And on top of that, I'm the best sixth man in the league. So we got two superstars. People at that point, you were probably already saying, oh, Slim's the best player in the league. So now we got the best player in the league. Now we got Russ. You got Ibaka. You got other people that are the supporting cast. And then you got James coming off the bench. That's an amazing team.
Is no way. I'm not negating that they were a very good team. You're saying there was a super squad in that time of their career based on what they manifest into. I'm not agreeing with that. It's no way in hell they were a super team. I'm sorry.
It's the best team KD played on, other than the Warriors. It's the best team KD played on.
Sure.
You want to hear something disgusting? I just realized that not for the call, but for everyone else, I was muted that whole time. Wow, 16 minutes of being muted. That's elite.
Were you talking?
Were you chuckling?
Yeah.
I was like, I had a couple, like the beginning of the show, and then just like, I don't know, 2 side comments, nothing major, but that is elite.
Yeah, we just jumped right into it. We didn't give anybody
God.
a chance to like the video and shit like that, man.
Thank God we
I
jumped
still
right
haven't
into
even
it, though.
got. I still haven't even got my answers between Embiid, Jokic, and KD. I hate the double standard of Mars coming up here. I just hate the double standard of Mars coming up here and preaching Jokic's praises, and then just throwing Embiid to the wayside like Toy Story, just tossing him to the side. And then when we talk about KD,
anyway. Speaking of Toy Story,
Jokic is better than Embiid.
So where's Embiid on your top 10?
I mean, when I rank top 10, I think people are in tiers. I think the top 4 is tier 1, and then 5 through 8 would be a second tier. So I think Embiid could be as high as 5 or as low as 8, anywhere in that realm with Kawhi.
And
KD,
Jokic
Luka.
could be as high as what and as low as what?
I could see Jokic between 1 and 4, but I think you'd have to really have a lot of faith in LeBron to have LeBron over Jokic, which I understand is LeBron, but
why doesn't Steph go over Jokic?
He can. He's also in the 1 through 4 range.
Wait, a lot of faith in LeBron. What do you mean?
As in, you'd have to have faith that LeBron hasn't declined.
Oh no! Don't start that. He has not declined in any way.
So then you have the faith in LeBron that the LeBron of 2020 still exists, and that's who we're going to see going forward.
LeBron James is still LeBron James. LeBron James is still better than Jokic. LeBron James, you talking about the offensive impact and everything. That's what he brings the same way that Jokic brings as well. We talk about defense. I tell you this time and time again, Mars. LeBron is the type of player where if he don't feel like playing defense, he's just not going to do it if he don't see his team in a position to be a good defensive team. That's just who he is. He's proven that. So I'm not going to knock LeBron James off of defense just because of that. Next year, if they got the pieces necessary in order to succeed, you're going to see exactly what LeBron James could do. Like people were having these same talks in 2019. All of these guys was having these same talks in 2019. And then what happened the next year? They got the pieces, they won a chip, and now LeBron's back to being the best or the second best, whoever you guys had.
Why are you telling me this?
because Mars, it's just
I said I understand LeBron over Jokic based on everything you just said, and then you went and told me anyway when I already said I understood that perspective.
Because
I don't know if you just wanted to say something to me.
No, you just
I already said that.
You have to be reminded of this, Mars, because I feel as if you know all of this, but you just negate it or you neglect it just to push your own agenda.
I said this. I said LeBron, like I said, 1 through 4. You could argue anyone from 1 through 4 in any of those spots, including LeBron James. And I said the reason for that would be you believe that LeBron James is still the LeBron James we saw a couple years ago. And then you went and told me why he is. And I just said, okay. Like,
so wait, why come Jokic is in the same tier as Embiid?
Because I think Jokic is better than Embiid.
On what? Because Jokic
on a basketball court,
Because what Jokic brings to you may be better offensively due to the playmaking, and Embiid brings towards defense.
I
So
think
what's the bar?
I think A, for players like Jokic, I've already compared Jokic and Shaq in the realm of big dominant offensive centers. They can have lower defensive impact and still be better than someone who provides a two-way impact to me. And I think what Jokic brings on offense is so all-time great that I can overlook him being an average, maybe slightly below average defender in the playoffs.
All right. Hold on.
Embiid being a good defender.
You said you have him at 2, right? In the league. Who's number 1?
Giannis.
Okay.
But anyway, like I said, Giannis, Jokic, and Steph, I think you could argue 1 through 3 pretty easily. You throw LeBron in there based off the fact he's LeBron James.
But you just said that Jokic's dominance on offense is good enough for you to kind of, not consider the defensive impact or something like that.
Of Embiid, yes.
But if you say, he's interchangeable with Giannis to some degree, and Giannis being the same dominant force on offense and his defensive impact, because you were arguing up and down that Giannis is, one of the best defenders in the league, clearly miles ahead of Jokic. How is that even?
I don't think Giannis and Jokic are close on offense, like at all. I don't think Giannis is a top 5 offensive player in the NBA. I think Jokic and Steph are 1 and 2. LeBron would be in 3rd. If you throw Luka and Trae Young in there, that's the top 5, in my opinion. I don't think Giannis gets into that top 5.
JD, I know we want to keep it moving.
Yeah, I have a very important question coming up, and it has to do with Ron.
Are we? Yeah, Ron.
It's a very
funny day we had
question.
yesterday. Mars, I really have a few questions for you. But JD, what number of likes do we have to get to before we mute the audio?
Oh, we're at 50 with 220 viewers. We could easily get to 115. There's no way.
150. Yeah, let's get to 150 or we're muting.
150. How much time do they have? What time
We'll give them 120 seconds. We'll give them 2 minutes.
All right. So
I promise you we're muting the
27.
audio till we get to 150.
If that clock hits
but
27.
Back to Mars. Okay, sorry. Back to Mars. Mars, so I want to name off like 5 players, and I want to hear like in the top 10, what's their range of like the best they could be and the worst they could be. Donovan Mitchell.
Bear with me. I have
ranking in the league.
I think.
Hold on. Before you answer, Mars Shaq, this is one of the greatest questions you have ever asked on the show.
This is
wow. Wow.
Yeah, this is a new segment that will probably be stolen by next week.
Wow, you did. Wow.
I think Donovan Mitchell could be anywhere from 15 to 19 is where I'd put him.
Kawhi Leonard?
5 through 8.
Anthony Davis?
10 through 4. 4 through 10.
So Anthony Davis will not be a top 10 player.
I mean, he'd be as low as 10. I can't see Jimmy Butler.
Got you.
Trae
Okay,
Young,
my bad. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Kevin Durant.
5 through 8.
Steph.
1 through 4.
LeBron.
1 through 4.
Okay.
Shaq. It's 27.
Yeah. Let's mute it up.
That's
you can keep
tough,
trying to
Shaq.
coerce them to get the one.
That's tough. Chat, viewers, listeners. This is YouTube viewers' fault. This is tough. You're gonna have to listen to me, chat. You're gonna have to listen to me while they're still arguing. They're literally still arguing. Where are we at? What do we have to get to? We're at 104. Yo, this is kind of fire. It's just my show. Did you have fun on the boat? Yo, Aaron, I had a great time. Mecky, I've been chilling, bro. Yo, since we're muted, this is actually a perfect time for me to recognize regular and elite members So really quick, this is the YouTube regular and elite members. Shout out to Sacred Gaming, Joe Young, Bake, K-Dog, Odd Malik, Dorian Clayton, 40KOW, Nick T, Jagar's Underworld, MC Robinson, Kenyon White, Big Meech, James Gauze 123, and King J. Yo, we have to get okay, I'm gonna turn it back on at 120 likes because this is nasty. It's getting a little nasty. Yo, Nick T hitting the 50 piece saying hit the like button. I'm gonna unmute.
50.
Somebody said,
unmuted.
please unmute. I want to know what's so funny.
120.
Exactly.
We started at 50. It was nasty. It was nasty. We're back though. You guys are back live. I got to shout out all the members, so that was actually perfect. When we mute, I get to do stuff. Shout out the members.
Shout out J Rob, man. Definitely
Shout out to
needed
J-Rob, bro.
element to the show.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I
J-Rob
actually kind of
rules.
like the mute feature. That's like you guys just missed an elite argument. We gave you 2 minutes. Tough.
And we're still not at 150. JD going soft, but we'll work on that.
I heard Euro said we hit 120 and that we were chilling, so I thought it was 122. That's my bad.
That's funny.
It's fine.
Okay, we
It's
have
fine.
we have important questions, but really quick, since I was recognizing members, there's actually a new membership level. Shaq, do you want to explain what that gets them?
The one that I just made?
Yep.
No, I don't want to explain it yet.
So,
I don't even have it figured out in my head yet.
Okay. Maybe Wednesday.
Yeah.
We Are Not the Same is back. If you're familiar with the We Are Not the Sames, Luke Sigma and Emmanuel Moutier, the first 2 episodes of We Are Not the Same, just interview style with it's so far it's been professional basketball players, but you never know who could show up on We Are Not the Same. Just did Nico Mannion, Mike James interview. Mike James interview was yesterday. And speaking of Mike James, Ron, it sounds like you have a great Mike James story. Would you care to share with the audience?
I shouldn't share it because we're not at 150. But I don't like liars. First off,
what did he lie about?
look, check this out. Couple years ago at the Pro-Am, probably like 2014, 15. I went to college out in Portland, so I'm getting
Like
ready to go
7 years
overseas.
ago.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
getting ready to go overseas. I'm in training and whatnot. Portland, this is the first year that Portland has this big Pro-Am. So I'm like, all right, I'm about to play in it. Thing about it is, this is around the time where Mike James is going on a tear and whatnot. So I mean, it's we got a big game coming up this week. It's like, oh, we're playing against Mike James this week. This and that. All right, cool. First off, Euro. You're calling cap?
Hey, this is your story, Ron.
Because you
Where-
called
I
it.
need
You called it during
footage.
it.
I
You
need
called it during
footage.
it. All right, well, check this out. Because
Where's the
Mike
box
James,
score? Let me see the box score.
Mike James and Terrence Jones both got the footage confiscated. You remember that? You remember that LeBron camp where he got it confiscated?
Yeah, we
Terrence
got dunked
Jones
on
got
by
Ter-
what's my name?
Terrence Jones got the
Jordan
footage
Crawford.
confiscated
Yeah.
because my boy Bobby was giving him 30 and 10. So they didn't want to see that.
So wait, it was a 2-on-2 with you and the worst top 10, the dude that picked Gary Payton versus Mike James and Terrence Jones.
Yeah, he really liked that. But nah, Mike James and Terrence
I
wasn't
believe it.
on the same team.
Oh, okay.
They
But
wasn't on
I
the same
believe
team.
your story. Continue.
But yeah, I mean it's not really too much to it. I scored 37. I was guarding Mike. Mike was guarding me because I was playing point guard, and
How many he have?
I can't really know. I don't really know because
47.
he left in the middle of the game.
He said career average is like 49
Well,
in that
check-
league.
Ron,
Check it
why
out.
did he
Mike,
leave in the middle of the
But
game?
honestly, in 2014, 15, Mike James wasn't Mike James yet.
no, he was. This was right when he got on the scene and was. Matter of fact,
Even
this
if
was his
he
second
wasn't.
summer. This was his
Right, that's
second
what I'm saying,
summer
Shaq.
going.
Even if he
bogus.
wasn't, he was always nice as a good basketball player. But like,
Like
it's
what he'll
Mike-
do to Ron now
Mike-
is
Mike-
special.
Mike can get so much better. Mike been doing that. Like what Mike's doing now, he been doing since 2014. And he was,
I beg to differ, but I get it.
He was doing that in the pro-ams and whatnot. And y'all in the chat talk about Cap. All right, no. Y'all go in Mike James DMs and tell him to release the footage. Tell him release the footage. I'll promise you. Hey, tell him against the blue team in the pro-am that ended up winning the pro-am in your city. Tell him.
What's the name of your team, Ron?
Ron's Dons.
The Harlem Globetrotters. Hey, Ron. That was random.
They are blue.
Yo, Ron, we brought up your little story about, what would you say, 1/3 into the podcast. And then just 2/3 into it, about 30 minutes later, he just happens to do a LeBron name drop. Guys are delusional.
But here's the thing, though. I felt like he was like, you know what? Let me make a mental note of this, because if I ever run into him again, it's not gonna be pretty. So he's like, "Oh, word, LeBron." He's like,
I said he has dreads. Does that help? He said no.
And he was like, in his head, he was like, "Yes." What was he wearing? Is he light skinned?
It's all in the interview. But Ron, I will shoot you some bell on this. You can go literally watch the entire interview, because it was a dope interview. But Ron, I'll shoot you bell on this. When I brought up that he left the game early, he was kind of like, okay, maybe. It's only a few times where you remember just leaving a pro game.
This is, you don't forget this, because I'm trying to tell you guys. I remember the play vividly. And if you guys don't believe me, yo, JD, you got Bobby's number. Send him the link and have him come on. I haven't said anything to him. Send him and just ask him what happened the day we played against Mike James.
Ron, you guys are best friends.
I 100% believe you. And you want to know why I believe you? It's not because of who Mike James is. It's the fact of the matter is, like, you know, JD could clip this, he could put it everywhere, and you're just confident in your approach, and I don't think you're a liar. So that's easily 100% why I believe you wholeheartedly that you had at least 35 points, whatever game this is, versus whoever was on the court.
Ron, what quarter did he leave?
Third.
And why did he leave?
Mid third quarter. And first off, look, my little brother was at the game, so I was going crazy. But other than that, my mama was at the game. So if you saying it didn't happen, you calling my mama a liar. I ain't gonna stand for that. So check this out.
I like that, Ron. I like that, Ron.
Hey, check this out. If you calling my mama a liar, we could just check up again, bro.
Exactly.
Because if he didn't got better, guess what you think I done did?
You ain't get better, but Ron, best believe you did.
Dell, we can line up. Hey, Dell, we can line up the ones too.
But Ron, we know
ask Shaq about him. Ask Shaq about him.
Right, but Ron, you know you ain't get. You've been chilling, Ron. You know you ain't get better.
Ask Shaq about him. I was just in Indiana. Ask Shaq about him.
What I don't like for your take, though, is that you keep bringing up people that would take a bullet for you. Stop bringing up Bobby and your mom as your witnesses. What they gonna say regardless?
Okay, all right. I'll call somebody else that was on the team.
Exactly.
I'll call the coach.
Call Mike James' friend. See what he says.
Oh man.
Yo, so I want to know who won the ones between you and Shaq, bro.
Yeah, it was a draw. Matter of fact, Shaq got me.
Oh man.
You don't hear me saying it was a draw.
It's Shaq, who won?
I was cheating, Ron. I was calling like fouls that weren't fouls. I was calling travels on Ron. We were playing ones.
Calling
Ron was
travels
getting
on
buckets, so I had to slow him down. Yeah, I called a carry on Ron.
That's elite.
We're playing two dribbles. You can't carry in two dribbles because I'm thinking you're going one way.
I'm calling carry as well.
Did you call any
Like in
offensive
two dribbles.
fouls?
I didn't call any offensive. Yo, Ron
Offensive fouls
crazy,
and ones
man.
is crazy though.
I want
That was probably the nastiest I've ever been in one-on-one. Not even close, actually.
Actually hilarious.
Never mind,
If I
take
win
that back.
TBT the following week, I'm flying to Indiana.
So I'm glad
Yo.
you just brought that up because I wanted to get to that, Dell. I'm glad that you're joining us. Didn't know that we were going to have a Dell surprise appearance.
Yeah, I knew I was joining, but I wanted to make the little surprise Dell
happy
entrance.
you're here.
Yeah, I want the little woo.
We have questions.
It was
we got
dope.
MC.
Yeah, I wanted something. Yeah, I wanted that. I knew I
MC
was
Robinson sent a super chat and said, Dell, congrats making the finals. Question, was Wichita State's defense tougher than HBCU at the Rucker region?
Who knows? The championship on Tuesday. And that's like, honestly, that's not even like to think about. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, who knows, to be honest. Like, We just got it.
Yo, the fact y'all in the chip is really crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
That's so deep.
I'm not even gonna act like it's not. It's like wow, you know. And you know what's sad? We probably have some stuff talking about TBT where I'm like, "Yo, Shaq playing," and I'm like, "Shaq, you don't want to play because you don't think we're gonna go whatever."
No, that's never the case. That's never.
I know
the case.
that's never the case. You said that,
That's
there,
never the
but I
case.
know we have videos like that out there. For sure.
Yeah, we do.
Because
no, that's elite.
Because as people, it's never like us. You know what I'm saying? It's never like you watch TBT every year. You see people like, oh, that's crazy, and you playing it. It's that's not gonna be us. And it's like, all right, one of us is here right now. Let's get it. And the fact
and
it's
in
me,
dominating fashion too.
and
I
the
might
fact
add.
that it's me for this chat is like, a little
It's
bit of this.
fire.
Look, Shaq, a little bit of this.
Yo, I'm talking to Euro and JD. Like the run that Dell is on over this past 2 weeks is really
Monumental,
we're
man.
not the same.
Bro,
Yeah.
Monumental, bro.
For those who
I feel
haven't,
so proud.
I got to meet with Dominique Wilkes in this 3 at 3:00. You guys,
Fire.
Dominique,
Yeah.
the human highlight reel.
Fire. Get him on the
Every
show,
time
man.
I
I got questions.
I'm trying, bro. He was supposed to come on the one we did when we did the autism show. That's which
Yeah,
was
yeah,
also
yeah.
dope
Remember
for the
that.
show because we really did that show and all that stuff. So
he might want to be on We Are Not the Same instead.
We can
of
do
here.
another. We can do another autism drive.
I got a We Are Not the Same that's in the works for you guys. I didn't tell y'all yet but it's like 88% close. And I don't even have to be on it, like, but I might have to because we're like close, but I love that what y'all two be doing. I'll be watching that. But Bones
Fire.
Highland said he's 88% in. And
Man,
I just have to find
I'll
and I have
fuck
to find
with
the date.
Bones, bro. You know, he's like, on my job, like we're like this now. Like
okay.
I interviewed him before last year actually. And then
Okay. Yo, but
yeah.
the thing, he's different in that interview scene. If you ask him about a player, he'll tell you he's so blunt with it. Like, no, I'm like that. Like it's
Yes.
So, yeah, he's
yes.
88% in, and I just gotta like lock up a date because he's working on his album.
Yeah.
No BS.
Oh yeah,
That's fire.
Hold on, he just dropped his album though.
He's got another one coming.
All right. I ain't
That's
mad
so
at it,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
Dell,
Yeah, man.
Dale, you done heard him spit? You done heard his songs?
Yeah, I sent y'all songs of him like last year when he was just a song he made a Kobe song. I sent y'all the video and all that. I'll send it again. But he's made other stuff, way more stuff than that. But that's my favorite song of him. It's called
got
Kobe.
action.
How many group chats are you in your telephone?
Me, just 2.
Yeah.
The
just
important
the
one.
person in
On
the phone.
Telegram. On Telegram is y'all, and yeah, on my WhatsApp is my brothers.
The one that you always send the screenshots of them talking shit.
Oh yes, yep. And then the one where they hated Mars about what was it? Who was it?
I think it was Drew
Drew
and
and
Giannis
Giannis.
defense.
Yeah, that one and that's it. Yeah.
That's funny.
That was an interesting one.
I want to bring up.
I'm trying to figure out, do we get a shout out on Player's Choice on ESPN? After
You know what's crazy, Shaq? I was I want to warm up in a player's. I'm mad I didn't bring my hoodie. I want to warm up in a Player's Choice, like
yeah,
like,
Yo,
because I've been
Player's
warming
Choice
up
on
in like.
ESPN.
Yeah, I want to warm up in a Player's Choice. I had a bag and somebody was like, I got the bag out here. That's the bag I used. They're like, oh, that's nice. Where'd you get that from? I'm like, I'll send you the link.
Player's Choice merch. Though.
Nah, but I wish I don't have the T-shirt or the hoodie, but
Shaq can bring you one since he's coming.
Dave did text me, say he pulling up. But if you buys it here before that's the shirt I'm definitely warming up in.
That's
listen to me. Do that, and I'm gonna send a link to pick a side.
They see Shaq. They've been seeing me on ESPN. They know what's going on.
They better know. I'm Shaq's Power Hour coming soon.
Dale, I think most importantly that if you haven't been watching TBT, you might not know, but Dell, you and your wife introduced a beautiful boy into the world. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Yes, we did.
Congrats, Dale.
Again, I don't even know how many days ago that was, but yeah.
It was Thursday.
He's
wasn't
here.
It?
He's healthy. His name's Dell, little Dell, not a junior, just Dell.
Fire.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet, haven't held him yet, but met him on FaceTime every day. You know, he sends his best wishes. I think he's pushing me through this. He walked into the world and his dad won a tournament for $1 million. It's like, you're
That's
blessed.
fire.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
fire.
Yeah, but win or lose though, just to like make it to the chip, bro. Like it's honestly like a humbling experience because, like I said, I never made the NCAA tournament when I was in college. Like we went to the NIT 4 years, lost in the Garden in the NIT and just being home, and that was like wow to me. So to be here, every game on ESPN, like it makes you feel good about yourself. Like to be honest, it's this stage of your career, like late in your career as well too. So that's so. Like it's dope because you did overseas, like going to EuroLeague Final Four. It's OD, and you're in Europe and you know what you're feeling. But you tell people that, like in the States, like I went to EuroLeague Final Four. It's like, oh, that's nice. Not even knowing, not even grasping,
the magnitude of it.
That's different. So, but I guess that's how crazy the States is. Just how public it is. Like ESPN. I'm getting hit up from people that are asked to play on the team that's saying good luck, but in the back of their mind, I know they're like, Drew.
Not me though, but everybody else for sure.
No, Shaq, I know for sure, not you. Like I know, only because like it's some people that their reasoning was like, yeah, Dell, you playing in Rucker, which is a valid reason. I don't want to play outside. Playing on concrete or playing not real concrete, but playing on concrete is like tough. And then I see them playing in Dykeman, and I'm like, okay.
But you think a lot of people backed out because, like across the board, they backed out because it was at the Rucker?
No, it's only 6 teams at Rucker region.
Right, but how many games did you have to play? At least 2, right?
No, 3. If you win, you play 3. But they had Marcus Smart team. They had Ricky Lito. They had like 3 or 4 former NBA players on their squad. That lost to the HBCU team before we played them, but it was still a packed out.
Right. But I was just saying is like, do you think there are guys
from my team? Like 4 guys backed out from my team because of the park. I know that for sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it.
No, I get it. And at the point in time, I get it. I'm like, is your injury your career after this? So I can't negate it. You know what I'm saying? But only thing
that
I don't
million
get
is not guaranteed either.
At all. And the thing is like, you go and play in Dykeman though. That's in the park too, and that's in that game. You're not winning $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
But that's one game.
But still though, that you know what I'm saying. That one game we could have lost that he played or continued. It's still the fact of the matter is you risk it for Dykeman for the entertainment of the crowd. Is it because you don't want to play outside, or you really didn't believe that we had a chance?
Yeah,
had a chance, but then they go play with Melo and Russ at Black Ops.
No. Black Ops is different. That's in the gym, so I can't complain that because
I know, but you're still playing with Melo and Russ.
But I went to Black Ops too. But I'm also in the tournament, so I'm different. But it's cool.
Yo, Dell, I got 2 questions for you though. First question, you
don't got jump shot.
You don't got to answer if you don't want to.
Oh man, Shaq. Oh man,
Bombs
bro.
away.
Wait, bro. Oh man,
yeah, that's tough. Shout out Swan. That's crazy.
I remember him when he was at FSU.
Exactly. You'd be like,
he was on one in college, man.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I was about to ask though. I know you said 4 players backed out. If those 4 players were on the team, do you think you guys still got the same chemistry? Do you think it's a crazy hypothetical? But do you think you guys still make that run?
And you know what's sad about this? So I think we do because of the core of the leaders like me, myself, Daryl Monroe. Shaq, did you play with Daryl at you, Shaq? Okay, yes, you played great passer.
Oh, that's
crazy
that's
passer then.
Oh, I knew he looked familiar. Okay.
Yeah. Different guy from little run-ins y'all probably had. But that's for another day. So Daryl, the leaders of us, like we played last year, and the only reason I felt like we lost in the Sweet 16 last year was because a team called one of our players before the game and was like, "Yo, you gotta relax. We don't want you to get hurt." And that game, he didn't even play like himself, and he was a big cog of our team. So in that game we lost, he was just out there. And the chemistry, bro, honestly, no BS. The chemistry of this team, I feel like I've been knowing them for years, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all watch all the games, but it's like no egos whatsoever, bro. Like, I'm not even like saying that to say it's like how would
you can tell how y'all celebrate.
Yeah,
like y'all celebrate together. You know how like sometimes like you can tell like who's like
bro,
really
I'm not
with
even
it and who's
trying
not.
to, like, it's just like we just like I guess we all know it's like You know, I got to score. Just win the damn game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just win the damn game. So I think with the 4 comes in because they'll walk into that. I think the chemistry will still be the same, no matter the powerhouse of player they are.
That's fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope. Congratulations again on making the finals. It's elite. Like, super weird, not the same. And Dell's, like Shaq said, these last 2 weeks for Dell's been insane. And watching it unfold is elite. Nick Dawson sent a super chat, said fake Nick can't compete with real Nick. And then the Nick T sent a super chat back, said there's no competition, Nick. We can both support it while I'm at work. I see you supporting no competition. It's just both Nicks killing it. I agree. No competition. We appreciate you both. Dominic Thompson. It's really hard for me to say Luka's not top 5. Whatever.
Also
Bozo.
for
What range is he?
Yo,
Mars?
Dell.
I have him 5'8".
Hey,
I love the range talk.
before the ranges, I was just about to ask. Before the ranges, has anybody heard this?
I like ranges.
I just think it's
I
the
like ranges
fairest
better
way.
than definitive like positioning.
I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, like, did Mars
I hate
just,
that it's 4
just
spots.
come up
though.
with this, or is this?
Mars, I wish it
something-
was like a 3 spot
It's not
because that's a
always
little.
4 spots. It's just
Okay.
if I have Kawhi, KD, Luka, and Embiid, I mean, I think they're all in the same realm. I can't just cut it down to 2 spots because the range is
Oh,
too
Dame.
like,
Dame. What's Dame's range?
9 and 10.
So he can't be like. It's
I
impossible
don't-
for him
I
to be
don't
top
see-
7.
I don't see him over Embiid, Luka, Kawhi. I can't see it. I can't see him behind Jimmy Butler or Jason Tatum though. So
What if
he's
he
9
goes
and 10.
further in the playoffs than Jokic? What if he eliminates Jokic this upcoming season? Who would be better?
Unless he got better at basketball, it would still be Jokic.
Okay.
Let's talk basketball. Sent a super chat, said, who do you guys think is the most overrated scorer of all time? I think it's James Harden. Who do you guys have?
What does he mean by overrated? Like one-dimensional? Then
I
it's
guess
got to
they
be
would-
somebody like Shaq.
I guess they rank higher than you think they deserve to rank on scoring lists, I guess.
I didn't hear the question, JD. I'm sorry, but it's okay.
Who do you guys think the most overrated scorer of all time is? And he said that he thinks it's
Ooh.
James Harden for him.
Allen
So
Iverson.
what's the difference?
Because
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
tough.
volume.
I just
Yeah,
don't think
see,
he's that high
right.
on
this
scoring.
is why I asked. It's like, what does overrated mean? Like in this particular case, because like I said, if it's one-dimensional, like you can say Shaquille O'Neal is, because all he does is be on the block for real. He can't shoot free throws. He can't shoot mid-range. You know what I mean? He barely turns over his right shoulder. So like,
Who did you
Yeah,
say,
he's not
Hero?
versatile.
huh?
Who did you say? The player?
I didn't. I mean, I'm saying like I didn't say that, but I said it as an example, just for for understanding of the question. But I said Shaquille O'Neal.
Got you. This one's going to be nasty, and I'm going to frame it like that too. You could say this. I don't necessarily agree, but you could say Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, you could say Karl Malone. That motherfucker got all the points and nothing to show for it.
Jack, what was your question?
Overrated scorer.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Ron.
Yo,
He played at an era where it was extremely fast paced. It was easy to rack up numbers. It was easy to rack up rebounds. A lot of people have him as a top 3 scorer only because he's the leading scorer in NBA history. I'm not going to say that when I put it into context that he was playing at the time in the NBA where there was a lot of possessions for him to acquire all those numbers.
You know what I just found out about a Kareem
Every-
scoring? Hold on. On your a Kareem scoring stat that I didn't know. So his like first early years when he was like dominating, I didn't know like Julius Erving, Moses Malone weren't in the league with him. I didn't know
Yeah.
they were still in the ABA.
Yeah, they were still
Yeah.
split. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so that
He's a
kind of
fraud.
made me look at a lot of stuff a little different. Just saying. just saying. If you want to throw anything out there, that was kind of
So
like
you-
different. When it was like,
Are you saying Kareem's overrated?
as a player, no, numbers speak for themselves. I'm not gonna say he's overrated, but when they say overrated scorers, like I really don't even like go back there. like
I
like
feel
you saw the movie, what was the movie? Wedding Crashers?
Yes.
When it's like, I never know what she's doing back there. When y'all talk about like when they talk about like that day and what they did, it's like I never knew what she's back and he's yelling Ma the meatloaf. The meatloaf is just like that's like me and like I don't know what goes on back there. So I would never view him as overrated. Is what it is. Carmelo was kind of a good one, but he went to back chips. It's hard playing against.
But let's define it though, because I really like this question.
Has to be more context behind it for sure.
Right.
I feel like
I really like this question. So let's define it then. Like what are we saying is overrated? Like just by definition.
I'm looking at it as
not as good as people say you are. That's how
I would think it would only have to be
consider.
Shaq's favorite 2 words: empty stats.
That's what I was going with it too. That's exactly where I was going with it.
You see, and this is why.
And so none of the winners, so none of the championship winners, then, right? So Allen Iverson, Carmelo, like those types of guys, Charles Barkley.
But Shaq would call all of those. Like AI is on top 3 of Shaq empty stat list probably.
Yeah, so he's definitely top 3 scorer.
And Bradley Beal, who's headed there for him.
Melo's number 1. That's an empty stat fellow right there. That is empty stats. If I've ever seen empty stats, it is Carmelo Anthony. No disrespect to any of these guys. AI, he's top 5 for sure. It was a lot of emptiness going on there. Not the run in 01.
Carmelo,
that was nice.
Easy top 3. He might be better than Melo.
No. Because I look at it as how many times did Karl Malone get a shot at the championship?
Twice.
Back to back.
So Shaq.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, that.
But they lost to MJ though.
Shaq.
I mean, whatever. He lost.
And he had John Stockton as second best player. That's not good company.
I have a question for Shaq.
What are you talking about? The Jazz had a mob. Even though everybody hated them, I hated them. They're unwatchable, but they had a good squad, man.
It was good. It's just they're not beating
championship
MJ.
caliber team.
They abused the illegal defense. That's what they did. Fraudulent team.
I stand with you, Mars.
Thank you.
I got you, Ren.
A fraud.
Shaq.
A big fraud.
Yeah.
Where is
the biggest
Bradley
fraud
Beal?
in NBA history? You want to talk about Melo, Shaq? The biggest fraud in NBA history when John Stockton convinced y'all that he's really like that because he's really not.
I'm Dub. I'm right. I'm climbing up that ladder. I'm climbing up. You can convince me. I'm climbing up that ladder. Maybe it'll be this show, next show, but you're on to something.
I don't understand how John Stockton's really not like that though. I don't get why you guys just poke fun at
who
John
you
Stockton.
taking right now? John Stockton or Russell Westbrook?
Mars,
right now, today?
Mars, I don't say this a lot. I need you to preach right now. I won't ever say you preach. I need you to preach right now, Mars. Tell him why John Stockton ain't like that, bro.
Because everyone gasses his playmaking when you have a legal defense. All he was doing, you run a pick and roll. There's going to be a split second where, due to a legal defense, one person is going to be open. And he just throws a bounce pass to Karl Malone.
So we have to say the same thing about Tony.
No, because there's help defense.
That's no.
We have to say the same thing. Listen, we have to say the same thing about Tony Parker.
That's the point of a pick and roll.
The point of a pick and roll. The reason why a legal defense was so broken was because in that split second where Karl Malone would either come up the screen.
Have you been a primary ball handler in a pick and roll?
Can I be John Stockton?
Not with the soccer ball. Have you been a primary ball handler in a pick and roll? No, I'm not asking. I can't be John Stockton.
And they're the only ones. They're the only ones that can take advantage of that rule.
LeBron, don't go that route.
No, I'm not going that route to even try to.
Settings, but when we're talking about John Stockton playmaking, he's not making a play more than Karl Malone is making the isolation himself.
So what about Tony Parker then?
What about Tony Parker?
It's the same thing. Him and Timmy used to do the 2-man game on the side, like just as much as
calling Tony Parker an elite playmaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. It's like
John Stockton is closer to those guys in the realm of playmaking than he is to anywhere near the top 5. He doesn't do anything.
Check this out, Mars.
I mean, who just said that John Stockton is top 5? Who said that?
A lot of people.
They just talk about the
top 5 point guards.
Top 5 point guards. Top 5 point guards.
That's not ridiculous.
He's not top 5. He's not top 5.
He's not better. He's not better than Steph. He's not better than Magic. He's not better than Russell Westbrook. He's not better than Chris Paul. He's not better than Steve Nash. He's not better than Jason Kidd. He's not better than Damian Lillard.
I'm taking John Stockton over Steve Nash and Russell Westbrook.
After,
Nah,
What about
it's
Jason
not bad.
Kidd?
You shouldn't do that.
No.
Not bad.
Jason Kidd is a different animal to me.
John
He's a
Stockton,
different
all he does is
beast
he
to
throws
me.
a bounce pass to Karl Malone or Jeff
Mars,
Hornacek
that's
comes up a pin
not all
down,
he
throws them
did,
the
bro.
ball.
That's
Let me ask you a
not
question.
all he
That's all he
did.
does. That's all he
Yo,
does.
you
That's
understand?
all
Utah
he
had a
does,
system, right?
bro.
You guys
Hold on.
understand? Utah had a system, right?
People
The
give
system was
credit
ran
to
through John
Steph for the
Stockton.
threes in this era and all that stuff. You know, the pick and roll is so popular because of them two bastards.
Yeah, they abused an illegal defense system and they got to the finals doing it. And then the Chicago Bulls played them, exploited that fraudulent defense, and they couldn't score more than 60 points in a finals game.
How
That's
did
what
they
happened.
exploit it? How did they exploit it? So they
You-
averaged 61 points in the finals game.
No, they scored like 55 points in like
One
game 3
game
of
when they
9.
got blasted,
Yeah,
and then they won
they
the next
scored
game.
50
It ha-
points. They
It
scored
happens.
50 points.
One game.
If your offense is that
offense-
good, you don't score 50 points in a game.
It happens. So
You
it's
don't do
people
that.
offensive. So that's like saying
you
if
have,
a play's a great.
if you
They
have
had
that's
the
like saying
best
if a
offense.
player
This
is
They
great-
had the best-
also this is
Hold
the
on,
90s.
they
This
have-
is
no,
not
no, no,
2020s.
no, no,
They
No,
had the
Dell,
best
if you have,
offense in the
if you
league.
have one
No,
of the
no,
They
best
had the best
scorers-
offense in the league.
Timeout,
By a
JD.
wide
JD,
margin.
let's get a timeout here.
This is what I'm
Stop.
here for this. I'm
Stop.
here
They
for
had
this.
the best
You have a
offense in the
top-
league.
if you have a
Stop.
top
Don't say
And then
if
the
your
Chicago
offense is
Bulls
good,
made
you
them
can't
all
score
top
50.
50.
Oh
Scored 50
my
points, bro.
God.
Stop. Don't stop. Stop saying if your offense is good, you can't score 55 points. Is Kevin Durant a good offensive player? Is it games where KD, Braun, who can play good on offense, look bad? The shit happens.
Yes.
That's basketball. You're not going to say, oh, because one game a team had 55 points, they're not good offense.
They had an
That one game.
113 offensive rating. They played the Bulls in the finals, had a below 100. Their offense
And
fell off a
the
cliff.
Bulls
That's what
was in the
happened.
lead defense.
And they still won two
You can
games. And how much games
Ooh, they won
did the
2 games.
Bulls?
So what?
How
So did
much
Boston
games
this
did
year.
the
That
Bulls
make them
smack
good.
them? How much
Right.
games did the Bulls smack them?
You got what?
Just the
game
55.
3. That's a 54 to 96.
That's the only game it was a blowout.
54.
That was the only game it was a blowout, Mars. That's like Kobe having fucking 81 points.
Oh.
How do you score 54 points in 48 minutes when you have the best offense in the league?
It happened
How?
one time.
How?
And you know what? That loss just accumulated to one loss.
Whew.
So
Yeah.
don't say, oh, because of this shit happens. It's basketball. They was probably just off. All of them was just off at the same time.
They
That-
wasn't
and
off because
thank you,
Karl
Euro.
Malone
And it was the
shot well.
90s.
Karl Malone was at 8 for 11 or something. Karl Malone
And
played
it was
well.
the 90s.
Guess who didn't play well? John Stockton. He averaged like 10
you're not
points a game.
thinking about who they're playing on the other end, making every shot, having Jordan, Pippen, and the triangle just having an amazing day.
I mean, the Bulls' offense wasn't spectacular in that series.
But no, it had to be spectacular that day if they scored 100 and some points.
No, they scored
55.
96. It was 54 to 96.
Okay.
They scored 54 points in 48 minutes of
and
basketball.
they lost one game.
Due
What
to the
game
fact,
was that?
But
What
don't,
game was
but
that?
don't say if you're
Game
a good
3,
offensive team, you
1998, I
can't
think.
have an off night. Like
No,
let's
you
not
can
do
have an
that.
off night. You can't score 54 points in 48 minutes when you have the best
Okay.
offense in the league.
Honestly,
That-
that's
you
like
can't do that.
having the best offensive in the league right now and scoring 88 points.
Okay.
So back then in the 90s, if you
Okay.
scored 55 points, because games was finishing like 82.
Mars, is that an accurate equivalent?
You could say
Because
that if
games
you
was
want.
finishing like 82 to
They
games was
had an
finishing
113 offensive rating for the series. They had a 96. They fell off a cliff on offense. Just ignore game 3. if
See,
you
when
want.
you say
The
that
Bulls
shit,
are in the
96
league
offensive
defense,
rating.
though.
What about the
are in
Bulls?
league
What was the Bulls average, and then what did they average in the finals?
The Bulls' offensive rating that season was 107, and in that series it was 105. They didn't fall off a cliff. You know why? Because their offense isn't easy to exploit based on the fact that if you run a pick and roll and you have Scottie Pippen actually able to just slide over a second earlier on Karl Malone isolations, all of a sudden that advantage that John Stockton creates by throwing a bounce pass isn't there.
So it
you're
was
going
one,
off
so
of
it was
one
one
game
team
from
that
them
could beat
having
them.
54 points, Mars. This is my
I'm going
this is
off the
biggest
whole
confusion
series.
to me.
I'm going off the whole series.
How many
game
assists
3
did
was
John
just-
average that
in that
series
series,
compared to regular season?
That's another great question. I don't know if you
John-
wrote these down,
John
Shaq, but you're
Stockton averaged.
okay.
He averaged 10 points, 9.7 points, 8.7 assists in that series.
And what he
and
averaged
in
regular
and in
season?
the regular season, he was where is it? 12 points, 8.5 assists.
to 8.7.
Assist was right on line. And,
Yeah, and that's the same reason why I say assists don't equal playmaking, because he still wasn't playmaking.
but he had,
He
had
wasn't
to
doing
playmake to
anything.
get in
Wait,
the-
Mars,
Yo,
I don't think I
Mars.
ever asked you this question. What do you consider playmaking though? I don't compare it to assists as well. I agree there. So saying he's a leader in assists, all that, but what do you consider
to
playmaking?
me is if you're able to force the defense to react to any threat you may have, whether that's scoring or the ability to pass. So if you're able to collapse the defense and then you kick it out and then someone throws an extra pass and they get a corner free, to me, you're the one that made that play, even if you don't get the assist.
So like also you accumulate to also the play that created a hockey assist.
Pretty much. Like if you are the reason the defense is in rotation, the defense collapses, or they react to your threat in any way, and your team creates a look off of that, you're the one who made that play to me. Same reason I don't call Draymond Green a playmaker.
And John Stockton didn't do that.
He didn't do that. He didn't do that at a level compared to any of the top 10 playmakers.
You just said being able to score or find somebody that's able to score. So if he's coming off the pick and roll, picking the defensive part, finding an open person,
that's not what he said.
that?
But Mars, honestly, that was the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
Why?
Mars, that was mad dumb.
Why?
Because you just basically said if a person could be a threat, basically in terms of making people score.
If the defense reacts to your threat to score, so
no defense never reacted to John Stockton. Is basically.
I never said no defense reacted to John Stockton, but we're talking about him in an all-time playmaking discussion. Defenses weren't reacting to John Stockton like they were even reacting to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's a better playmaker than John Stockton, and I think that's just a fact.
Oh, no, I get it now. You know who should be a great playmaker to you as well?
Who?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He was a very good playmaker, yes.
Exactly. So now I actually get it. Carmelo's a great playmaker. Michael Jordan's a great playmaker.
Michael Jordan's a top 10 playmaker of all time, 100%.
The top 10 scorers should be top 10 playmakers for you based on how you base it.
That's not how it
100%.
Because you actually have to be willing to create a shot off of that.
In your life.
If you're not creating a shot off of that, like for example, Hakeem's a great scorer, but he wasn't a great passer. So if teams are reacting to him,
doesn't make sense. Teams
not creating for other
to him
people
on offense. That means
they're
he's a
reacting,
good
but if you're not creating
what
off of that, you're not playmaking. If you're not
because
creating
you don't accumulate assists. You accumulate the amount that a person can score and that effect of helping the team in terms of playmaking.
No, because now you're just
that's why you said Draymond Green is not a good playmaker.
What I am saying is if Draymond Green was creating based on defenses reacting to him as a threat, then that would be playmaking.
Threat on what? A threat on what?
Threat on him to do anything risky
on what? Offense. On what? Say the word, please.
Scoring is part of that.
Yes. So if Draymond Green averaged more points, he'll be a better playmaker to you. Yes or no?
That's not because if Draymond Green was just hitting more threes, that doesn't make him a better playmaker.
No, I didn't say that. See, don't
hitting more threes makes him score more points. That's
if he was hitting more threes, he'd be a bigger threat because teams are close out.
Yeah, but I wouldn't make him a better playmaker inherently. That's not how it works.
I don't know what that word means. Dumb it down.
That wouldn't automatically make him a better playmaker because
you said it though. Threes. You said if a team reacts to you consistently on offensive, that makes the playmaking more available or whatever case. So Carmelo should be oh my God, Carmelo should be a great playmaker to you.
If a team is going to react to your threat to score, you still have to create off of that. Teams will react to Carmelo's threat to score, but he's not creating anything off of that. Based on A, the fact he's not a willing passer, B, he's not a good passer, and C, if teams are reacting to you and you're still taking the shot, you didn't make a play. You didn't create for anyone. John Stockton is the opposite of that. He's passing, but teams aren't reacting to
why is he not a good playmaker?
No, he can be a good playmaker. He's not an all-time great playmaker because he's a good
That's
passer.
That's nonsense. And I couldn't believe I didn't know until just now. You base it on scoring so much.
All right, let's move on.
Teams need to react to.
No, it's okay, Mars. I inherently that well, whatever that means.
Inherently means or is similar to essentially. Essentially and inherently are like the same.
And Dub, you're not getting out of this either.
Listen,
you're not escaping from this either.
I was not.
No, you weaseled your way out of this, and I'm dragging you right back into this.
Wait.
No way.
Mars having a bad day at work.
I did not have the same. I do not have the same criteria as that. That is not my criteria.
Look at Mars.
Why is John Stockton trash? I gotta know.
Nah, bro.
You're next on the docket to get.
He asked Mars to speak for him, and Mars spoke for him.
I did not.
Man.
Damn.
Dub views playmaking differently. He
I view it very different.
Floor general and vision and whatever. So I don't know why he doesn't rate John Stockton.
All right, let's move on.
Mars, do you think you and Dell are both right?
I think Dell is completely wrong.
No, you see, this is why I like when I yell and I get debates, because I never said what I view a playmaker as.
Yeah,
So
but
I
you
could-
interpreted what I said
No,
completely wrong
I
because you
just
said
took your
Carmelo
words.
should be a good
I
playmaker.
sat there and I listened to you saying
And then
that
you still
John
misunderstood it.
Stockton is not a good playmaker because the team don't react to him doing what he does offensively. And I named 3 players of the top that's offensively high in ranking the offense, and you called them good playmakers. So the fact that a team has to attract you, and you willing passer, pass the ball, but they have to what's the word you use?
Inherently?
What's the word you use? No, not that one. He used another one. But the fact that they have to make a judgment towards your offensive to you to pass the ball,
They have to react
do all
to
this
your
stuff,
threat to score.
to
Yes.
threat to score makes them a good playmaker, which in all makes sense. But that's honestly, in the dumbest way possible, saying that's just basically saying if you could get a bucket and you could make an extra pass, being good at bucketing, it makes you a good playmaker. And I totally do not agree with that. That's not true to me. Yeah, that's basically, so you call scorers playmakers. Every scorer is a good playmaker. And you hate that I say that, but that's basically what you're saying.
Because I'm not calling Carmelo a good playmaker, because you still have to be a good passer, be a willing passer, and see, you have to be able to read defenses. But that's the reason why I say Kobe Bryant's a better playmaker than John Stockton, and I'll say that comfortably.
You would say that comfortably because he scores the ball more, which makes sense to your point.
Kobe's not a willing passer though.
He became one to Mars he became one to Mars.
He's for sure a willing passer.
He became a willing passer for sure.
In 2009 and 10, and then after
with Pau Gasol,
he
he was definitely a willing passer. In 06, 07, he still created a lot of shots for his teammates, despite being a less willing passer due to the teammates around him more so. But he was still willing passer than guys like Carmelo.
Melo passed. So Melo wasn't a willing passer ever.
I maybe the Carmelo I saw wasn't. Maybe you saw it.
Well, if you're watching Kobe in 06, you saw Melo in 09.
Yeah, I didn't see the willing passer Carmelo or the very good or good.
And going to the Western Finals with Chauncey Billups, or
I didn't
when he
see
got
the
to
good.
the
I
Nets
didn't see the good.
When he's trying to run the triangle and all that stuff. No.
Yeah, that
not a little bit.
I didn't see good.
It didn't go well because he was trying to be a playmaker and be a willing passer.
And he's not good at it. You have to be good at it. You can't just try it and be bad. Like, that doesn't help me.
Listen, this goes back to everything surrounding. You need good players around you to make everything look better. And that's all it is. So you saying Kobe is a willing passer when he had Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum emerging makes very sense. But in 05, 06, when he was with Chris Mim and Smush Parker, no one said Kobe was a willing passer. Not anyone called Kobe a playmaker or any of this. So
I wasn't there to campaign for Kobe's playmaking in 2005. I would have been saying the same thing.
No, but you just brought up in 06 he was a less willing passer because of
less willing. He was still a very good playmaker.
So why are you saying now that you wasn't there, but you was just there 10 seconds ago?
But in 05, you didn't know me for me to be making these claims about playmaking. But nothing's changed.
05, 06 though. You literally just used it.
Yes, he was a very good playmaker in 2006. He was.
And you just said you weren't there.
I wasn't at the time. I wasn't there campaigning for Kobe's playmaking.
I'm going under the table until you say Dell come back.
For those listening only, Dell is actually under the table. Wow.
Nah, that's just nasty, Mars. You and Dub. Dub, you're not escaping.
Listen,
for you guys just to say that, like, you guys do understand this guy leads the league in assists by 8.
I think
not miles.
He played a million years.
Kilometer.
He played a million years. Like, that doesn't make you better.
LeBron's played a million years too. What are you talking about? It's been other point guards that have played 20 years.
Yeah, and assists, like I said, don't make you a better playmaker. The same reason I'm not going to say LeBron's the best scorer ever once he passes Kareem.
Okay, all right.
Longevity stats don't make you better.
You brought playmaking into this. We're just talking about John Stockton just as a player.
Oh my
and then you guys just jumped off a cliff. So, he's not top 5. He's not a playmaker.
He's not top 5.
I think the rest of those it's not
the same reasons as Mars. My thing is, I just have 5 players better than him, like Nash, CP3. Magic and Steph. When John Stockton has a guy like Karl Malone who was an amazing player in his time, bro. And he just a lot of the series that they had together, a lot of times they lost mainly because of his lack of efficiency on offense. I'm gonna hold you to that, and that's the main reason. If I put CP3, possibly Steve Nash there with Karl Malone, I trust them to do a better job than what John Stockton did.
Hey, how many seasons has Chris Paul played? Because he's creeping up on 22.
He made it to the finals without.
And where's he at on the list? Chris Paul made it to the finals?
Yes, he went to Phoenix.
I almost forgot about that.
Just Paul like year 17, something like that.
Oh wow. Okay. Shaq was saying this, and
Yeah, Shams just tweeted.
yeah. Bill Russell has just passed away
Damn.
at 88 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. An NBA
RIP
legend.
to a GOAT.
Bill Russell.
RIP to a GOAT. 11 of them.
RIP, Bill.
Man.
Damn. That's sad.
Wow. Dell, you
Hell
could
of a
come back.
life.
You could come back from up under the table because we're about to rank some back-to-back MVP seasons.
Sure, guys.
Eric Dupree sent a super chat. Rank these back-to-back MVP seasons. Jokic 21-22, Giannis 19-20, Nash 08-09, or LeBron 08-09. Oh, I got you. LeBron Miami MVPs is unfair, so he left him out.
Nash was 05-06, but I guess he just made a mistake.
Nash is last. Jokic is right there chummying with them.
Which one? Was that his second one or his first one?
Here's the thing with Jokic's MVPs, it's completely stat based.
Well,
Completely. It's analytical.
Well, we gotta
Completely.
understand too. Jokic winning his MVP is also due to some of the favorites got hurt. The first year, Joel Embiid was gonna get it, but he got hurt. This year, KD was favored to get it, but he got hurt. So when we look at his MVPs, I'm not saying I think he was deserving of it, yes, but we do have to acknowledge the fact that there was also guys playing at a higher level, if not the same level as Jokic, and they wasn't in contention because of injuries.
Hey,
But I think
who was the other cats? It was Jokic, Nash,
Giannis, Braun.
Bron, Giannis, Jokic, Nash.
I'm gonna go with Giannis first, strictly because, I believe his MVP campaign was better, but also too, let's not forget he had a Defensive Player of the Year in there. And then I'm gonna go Braun. Nash stole the MVP, so it's like he got to be last, and then I'll go Jokic third.
Fair. Big Chief, thank you for the super chat. Nick Dawson, who's the most underrated scorer? He's going with Dwayne Wade.
Jamal Crawford.
I like that answer.
I feel like he gets praise.
Lou Williams, then.
I feel like
any of those guys. Those
that's
types
their
of guys.
jobs. But I see what you're saying, but I don't think they're underrated.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you don't see the league actually making that a job. Like they carved that lane for themselves because they are, scoring with the best of them. And they're not as talented as the top tier athletes in the league. And so that alone, I would even say somebody no, let me not say that. But guys like that.
I don't think Hakeem gets a lot of love for his scoring ability. So I'll say
What?
Hakeem. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it as much. That's why.
So why do you think they have him? Why do you think they have him top 5 all time?
Top 5
or
what?
top 10 player
10.
all time? Where do you think that clout comes from? If it's not scoring.
No, Euro. The thing is, for me, I know where people hold Hakeem. The thing is, with me, I don't hear enough people talking about him with his scoring ability. Like when people talking about like Shaq and like Kareem and Tim Duncan, I don't hear a lot of his name being brought up with his scoring. So that's why I think Hakeem is underrated to me. Not a lot of people talk about him.
I think LeBron's underrated as a scorer.
Yes.
Really?
I mean, I've heard Carmelo's a better scorer than LeBron, so
I like that
see
take, though,
Mars
that Braun
wants-
is an underrated scorer. I like that take. Very much so. I agree that he's an underrated scorer as well. Because I didn't ever view Braun as a scorer, but that man be getting buckets.
Who's a better scorer, LeBron or Carmelo?
Individually or just to get a buck? I mean, whatever.
Yeah, so with them two, like I'm gonna put every context for both of them in a team concept. Braun having the ball, whatever the case might be, he probably could average more points. That's me not accumulating like him scoring through transition. So I'm gonna go with just the ball in the hand, right? If I need a last shot between them two guys, 10 out of 10 times, in both of their primes of the ball, just to score the basketball, I'll give it to Melo. So that's my only. But if you go on points and how a person could score in terms of back cuts, fast break, which I don't look at when I'm judging scorers, then you'll have to say LeBron. But for me, just you need a bucket. You have 12 seconds, 10 seconds, one player have the ball, LeBron or Melo, and they primed. I'm gonna go Melo.
Are you just talking about when the shot clock is going down, or like clutch situations? Because I might
to
take
win
LeBron.
the game. To win the game,
I
regardless.
might take LeBron to win the game.
Hey, Dell,
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah,
I'm giving it to Melo 11 out of 10 times. Bron's
So
gonna get the
that's
ball
how-
and pass to Udonis Haslam over there.
No, I'm saying
He's done it multiple times.
Oh my god. All right. Jamal Williams sent a super chat, said Dame over Stockton. All right, let's talk about D'Angelo Russell. I'm glad Dell's here, actually, because we were going to talk about this thinking that he wasn't here. D'Angelo Russell tweeted out the other day, the NBA is full of athletes, not basketball players. # respectfully. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Dell, I know where you lie, but let the viewers know your thoughts on this.
you forgot what I said, so I got to go back and look because it was the reason I said it.
It was a response to what JD said. So JD, you should lead off by saying what you
meant,
reacted, how you reacted
Thank
to
you.
it.
I sent
Thank you.
I sent the tweet and I said, "Oh shit."
Right.
And then Dell said, "What's the oh shit for?" And then I
I
said,
agree.
"What's the oh shit for?"
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody
We
agrees.
Yeah, so you guys were
I
ganging
don't
up on me.
know if I agree because I don't know the context yet.
So I said when he said "oh shit," it means it like it was like a off the wall. That's what I took it as. You
I
think
didn't
it was
take it as, like,
the
off the
wall.
I don't know
wall.
the
Just-
context of what D'Angelo Russell's talking about.
To me,
He said there's more athletes in the league than there are actual
basketball
good
players.
basketball
And so
players.
to me, when I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, that shot's fired. That's why I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, shots fired. So I
I don't think it is
100%
shots fired because
I think
what I'm
Kobe
saying
is
is like
saying that. Kobe always said that.
the
Why is
majority
D'Angelo Russell saying that?
because he's
I
not
don't matter where
because
it's
he's more of a
coming from,
basketball player,
Shaq,
not an
though.
athlete like that. He's not the supremely, gifted athlete like
Exactly.
anybody else
So
is.
that's why it's a shot. Just say, mind your damn business, D'Angelo. Just because you can go up and put 3 balls and spit them on your hands and do a bunch of dribbling drills, you're all of a sudden a basketball player. That's why I didn't like it.
Oh,
Like,
so
D'Angelo
didn't
Russell,
the
what are you
message coming
talking
from
about?
D'Angelo Russell.
Anybody in that position, that's just there's a reason nobody else has tweeted that since him. It's just nasty to say. All of you guys are playing in the basketball league, and you're like, respectively, I'm better than a lot of basketball players out here because my ego is hurt.
I don't think that's
I don't
what
think
he's
so.
saying, though. I'm
Me
just saying,
either.
basically, when you're looking at the game, you got to understand that you could say athletes run the NBA. Like it's not
to
a
me.
knock.
To me, it was an obvious statement. To me, it's like saying
Yeah.
2
Well, I
plus 2
say
equals 4,
respectfully.
and it's like
Because he knows some people might be hurt.
I still
didn't- I
don't
didn't-
get it though. So he's saying it's more
this was a nothing tweet to me.
physically gifted
Yeah,
people
like-
than talented basketball players.
No,
Like,
I
I
think
don't-
no. He's saying that there are basketball players, right? That
Yeah.
like let's say the league is
D'Angelo Russell.
450 players, right? Let's say
Yeah.
300 of them are like the best of the best, and then like the rest of the 150 is like just because of circumstance and like, agents, being able to put them in positions or whatever, like you can kind of like, insert them in and out of the league or whatever with other players that aren't in the league. There are players that are better basketball player, but not better athletes that aren't in the league based off of that. And I don't think that's a ridiculous statement. I don't think he could have left it respectfully on or off. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just it's a nothing statement. Everybody knows this. The NBA is athletes.
Why did he tweet it?
Maybe because he wanted to be part of a conversation. Maybe he wants to, have some light.
I don't think it's wrong to just voice your opinion on something. I mean, that's everything that we do right here. So we shouldn't be mad at some guy just voicing his own opinion about it. If that's how he feels, he's entitled to say it.
I mean, but being an athlete is part of being a basketball player, though.
Yeah, but we're now differentiating between the different athletes. Of course, you have to be athletic in order to play in the NBA.
Come on, Ron.
Yeah,
like, I'm saying it's certain players that are supremely good basketball players.
No, but
only because they're athletes.
About what you just said is like
that's what he's saying, and most of those guys, and the NBA caters to that.
The NBA is more talented than it's ever been.
I'm saying, what's wrong with that though?
I just don't get it.
Being a track star, you got to run. Duh.
Okay, but
is that like equivalent to?
But that's what I'm saying though. So that's why I don't get it.
But Mars, when you say talented, I think that aligns exactly with what he says because
I think they're more skilled than everyone there's ever been as well. I think this is the most skilled era of basketball we've ever had, in my opinion.
Like basketball skills, like fundamentals, or just like being able to do things.
7-footers you can shoot, 7-footers you can dribble. Everyone can pass now. Everyone's versatile on defense. If we're talking,
is everyone playmakers?
That sounds like evolution to me.
I mean, if that's what we want to call it, we're talking about skill. I mean, I think
but you are by default you're comparing that to a previous time. He's not comparing it to no previous time. He's comparing it to players by his logic, right now.
Every era is just more athletes than basketball players. Because
in the NBA, that's what he's saying. That's why it's not a ridiculous statement because the NBA has always been that.
I mean,
compared to other leagues,
two guys
just like in Europe, bro, the French first league is all athletes, period. The German first league is not all athletes. They are fundamentally, you know what I mean? It's you go to these different countries, they have a different style. That's why for a lot of players who come from overseas, straight out of college or whatever, their agents, if it's a good agent and he knows his player or she knows his player, her player, they will put them in the league where they can thrive. There's a reason why, for example, the German league has a lot of American rookies because they can thrive in that setting better than they can like in the French league, for example, or better than in the ACB.
So
everybody knows every league across the world has a particular type of style. The style in the NBA is it's a bunch of fucking athletes. That's all he was saying.
So wait, no, because he said the NBA is full of athletes, not basketball players.
He's
so
saying
what you're saying, so you're agreeing.
So he put extras on it. He tried to make a distinction there.
So and I think that's where I think he's wrong.
Are you agreeing that there's less people in the NBA that are good basketball players than there are athletic players?
I think it's a really good mix. I don't think that is lopsided, as everybody likes to allude to.
I think
so. You're telling me
basketball and supremely athletic.
Yeah. So what if you're good at both? Where do you fall in?
Exactly.
Are you just not? Are you just not?
Then you just one of the guys that blurs the lines like that. That happens.
Okay, so let's look outside of the blurred lines. Athletic freaks are fundamental people. Like I see Ricky Rubio. Look at all the point guards that like are all the fringe players are not athletes. Mm-hmm. That's why that's weird. A lot of people at the end of the bench that don't play are super athletic. That's why that was a weird statement. So who is he talking about? Can I get some names of who he's talking about? Christian Wood? Who is he talking about?
It's gotta be like guys.
I can't answer that question. You know.
But that's why I'm sitting here and I'm saying, D'Angelo Russell, what are you talking about? And then you say he has the right to tweet this and all of that. Of course he does. But I want to give me an example of the players that he's talking about. These athletes.
You think could he possibly talk about a guy like Clint Capella?
It could be.
But Clint Capella's a 5-man. What is he supposed to do?
Okay.
And that's very
but
true.
Also basketball doesn't just equate to offensive ability, ball handling, whatever. You still have to understand defensive positioning and rotations and where to be on offense without the ball. So saying that you're just like saying that they're not basketball players and then saying that like they don't understand, it almost is like they don't understand how to play basketball. That's how I don't know.
If you don't know the game of basketball, you're out of the league very quickly. The reason that people play in the league is because they understand the game of basketball, and that's why all athletes don't make the league.
Yes, but now you're going into like the standard that you have to have
JD
in order to be there.
I didn't go. I didn't take it here.
Okay, fine, but that's what I'm saying. It's like that's a given. Like we know you have to be of a certain caliber mentally, physically, athletically, talent-wise, skill-wise, in order for you to even be in the NBA.
So then that should just be a wash.
He's just comparing NBA. He's just basically broad stroking, pause, the landscape of the NBA. He's like, this is what the demographic of the league is right now currently. And I'm saying it's always been that.
What do you define a basketball player?
What you mean?
Because he's comparing basketball players versus athletes. So what do you define as a basketball player?
I would say Tim Duncan, for example, is Tim Duncan versus Amari Stoudemire. That's what he's getting at.
Got you. Okay.
That's what he's getting at.
I mean, I get that too, but it's one Tim Duncan. And that's why Tim Duncan's in the top 10.
And so this is why it was nasty as fuck for you to even ask me that, because you asked me for an example. I give you an example, and of course I'm going to give you the prototypical, one. And now you're nitpicking it.
No, I'm not nitpicking what you're saying. I'm nitpicking D'Angelo Russell. I'm like, if that's the case, then duh. If we're talking, so then basically say it's a league full of few superstars, and the rest of us are just.
Here.
No, that's not because then he's
D'Angelo Russell a basketball player
himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
so what makes him a basketball player? That's what I'm trying to get at. What makes him a basketball player versus a non-athlete that also plays basketball? Because he dribbles?
No, I mean there's
because
more
he can run a pick and roll.
There's guys that can't do that, especially when you take the athleticism away. There's a lot of guys that run off of whoever. It doesn't matter. Like
I know a guy with no athleticism that can run a point guard very well, or pick and roll very well.
So here's the thing. Do you know of a point guard that if you were to strip his athleticism from him, would he be able to run a pick and roll efficiently in the league?
I see
right now?
Ricky Rubio out there. So there's no doubt in my mind that an unathletic, just because I'm an athlete, I do have the advantage. But you're not going to tell me that just because you take away Russell Westbrook or Ja Morant's bounce that they can't run a pick and roll efficiently. But then Ricky Rubio can.
Listen, man, Russell Westbrook thrives on his athleticism. That's one of the knocks against him. He's like, Father Time catching up. Now he's fucking trash because his athleticism is gone.
And he's still good in pick and roll situations. He's not. Derrick Rose isn't what he used to be. He's not go crazy.
But and Derrick Rose had to adjust his game though, because he kept blowing his knee out because he was just reckless. And he said that too.
Still good at basketball.
But that's what I'm saying. Like so he's not part of that argument because he is actually quote unquote what D'Angelo Russell would consider a basketball player as opposed to just being a freak athlete. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
The same with Vince.
Like it just comes from a place of jealousy, in my opinion.
Yes, this is a ridiculous tweet. This is a ridiculous tweet.
He's mad that he can't run as fast, jump as high as these guys, and he's here saying, I'm more skilled than these guys, but they get paid more than me or whatever.
That's putting a lot on him.
Jay
I don't know
Rodriguez.
none of that.
I'm not talking about
please get him in here.
I don't know if that's where it came from, but I feel like it comes from a place of jealousy, in my opinion.
Paging Jay Rodriguez in Euro. I get what you're saying completely, but athleticism makes you a better player.
Yeah, for sure.
Russell had
but that's not what he's saying. He didn't say, these guys are better. He didn't say anything about guys being trash. I said it. He's just saying that the league has a lot of athletes, has more athletes than guys that are just, slow with it.
So a good comparison is probably Giannis and KD, correct? Giannis, a guy who's
I think Giannis is good at basketball, but I guess.
So then I'm trying to figure out who he's talking. Russell Westbrook?
You would have to ask him. I don't know. Maybe yes, Russell.
I don't know, man.
That's like, oh, because I can dribble good, me and Paul George, I'm better than all the athletes because they're athletic. You take away the athleticism, they don't have anything.
See, it's nasty to me that you guys already jumped to that conclusion. Like he's trying to fucking.
He said
stab
respectfully.
somebody.
What could you say after you say respectfully?
Because people like you might take it some type of way. You're already taking it some type of way. How would you have reacted if you hadn't said hashtag respectfully?
I'm not taking it. Well, I mean,
people would get butthurt over it.
We're lost
sure.
either way.
Yeah,
that's why
sure.
I'm like, when you guys are saying, "Oh, that this tweet is true," that's the only thing that I have a gripe with. I'm like, what is true about it? Respectfully, if I smack you and say respectfully,
I'm not going to hold you.
Do you think you have a better chance going to the league if you're athletic or if you're not athletic? If you are the same type of basketball player.
You have a better chance of going if you're athletic, but you have a better chance of sticking.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
You have a better chance, but then I want to know the players. That's what I'm saying. Who is he talking about? Like, that's not what he tweeted.
That's something that I can't argue. That's not something that I can argue because I don't know that.
Can we hear the tweet one more time?
I would love for him to come up and give us names. That's what I want. Because if you're going to tweet that, give us names. You can't just say that and then not give us names.
It's the wording of the tweet. That's why when you and Dell just jumped on it like, oh, this is true. I'm like, no, he worded it very strangely.
And it's the only weird part is when he says not basketball players. So it says the NBA is full of athletes, not basketball players. That's where I'm getting caught up on.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm kind of with Shaq because I don't care what anybody said. If they say something to me negative, they say respectfully. That shit don't mean nothing. To me, that's disrespectful. It just means you're just trying to body the shit out of me in a respectful manner. No, I'm still want to feel like slapping the shit out of you.
I'm not even looking at the respectfully part. I'm just looking at what he said. And I'm just like, I'm trying to think of players. And I'm like, how are they not a basketball player? Like I mean, let's go Derrick Jones Jr., for instance. Derrick Jones Jr., a supreme athlete. But he does other things as a basketball player. He's a decent playmaker.
But he stuck around for his athleticism. Yeah, he had to develop. But what I'm saying is, like, do you think that if his basketball skill was the way that it is and he didn't have his athleticism, do you think he'd be in the league?
He wouldn't be in the league. But here's the thing. He has his athleticism.
In my opinion, that's what he's alluding to.
I know basketball players that really they're really trash, but they're crazy athletic.
I don't even think this is at least to me, this is not an argument because I'm not against y'all when y'all take the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just think it's a matter of interpretation. Like y'all just interpret that completely different from how I interpret it. I don't think it's a big deal because I actually agree with that. And it's not something that's
you agree with it, but then I say
I don't think it's malicious. And like I said, it's like me with the French league. You know what I mean? The example that I gave, you know this, Shaq. Like you played in Turkey and you played in Greece. What do you think if you had to stereotypically define the leagues of when it comes to style of play and skill?
Yeah. I got you.
There's a difference, right? And so if you were to send out a tweet and say that, like, you know what I mean?
Like Europe isn't full of whatever he said. If I generalize that about players. Yeah, if I just generalize that about Europe, I also think people would take offense to that. Just like Europe, somebody came up to you and said, can I get the tweet one more time? Because I don't want to mess up the wording.
The NBA is full of athletes, not basketball players.
So that's, that's nasty.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're not rocking with it, that's cool. I'm not fighting you on it, but I just don't think it's nasty. Yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's,
I get what you're saying, and when you broke it down league by league, yes, the French league is full of crazy athletes. The German league
didn't say one. He said the NBA. That's why
the German league is a little more methodical. I get what you're saying.
It's a non-starter for me because you bring up 10 different leagues.
He literally said they're not basketball players in the NBA. Like, I don't get how that's hashtag respectfully. That's clearly disrespectful.
And when I give you Derrick Jones Jr., he's a good basketball player at what he does. Like, no, he doesn't come off pick and rolls and shoot step back threes and make people touch the floor and all of this. No.
So to Mars' point, you gotta have skills to be in the league.
Let me ask you this though. Why do you think the international competition is closing the gap on America when
because they're getting more athletes?
I don't think the skill gap has ever been crazy.
And
athleticism is a gap.
I don't think the gap is being closed either. I think that it's still very far.
I mean, look
I think
at
the top
92
European-
Olympics
the
and
top
look at the Tokyo
guys-
Olympics.
Look at the top. You look at the top. The top is heavy, but then you look at the regular. Like it's still 99% non-European players in the NBA. You have the guys that are like that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't speak for the rest of the.
I'm not
it's
saying
just
they
a
can
weird
compete.
take.
They still can't compete because obviously, you know what I mean? Gold
So
medal
who are
after
the
gold
guys in
medal
the league
speaks for
that you don't
itself,
feel? Who are just the athletes in the league?
Shaq and Euro. I don't know
Athletes?
about that though, because if
Who are
you
just
was-
the athletes?
If you was
that he's
to put
talking about?
all the-
I
all
don't
the-
see, and I personally, I don't want to say names now because now it would be taking on a malicious point of the argument that somebody else made that I really
How
didn't
is the
make.
argument not malicious? That's what
Well,
I'm.
you
That's
said you
what me and
agree
Mars
with
are
it, so
saying.
you should have. things
Yeah,
in
but I
mind,
don't think, for example, if
realistically.
I was to say at this particular time, right, I would say Anthony Edwards is more of an athlete than a basketball player in the NBA.
Bro,
But
I
you
don't
wouldn't say-
know.
you wouldn't say
I
he's
don't
not a
know, bro.
basketball
So,
player.
so
But I
was
wouldn't.
D-Wade-
But I
was
wouldn't
D-Wade
see
more
and see how
athlete?
y'all grown it
no,
now. And
but
JD,
Euro,
bro, you
that
better
is
not clip this
crazy.
up and throw
I'm
it to the TikTok
no,
wolves,
no, no,
bro.
I'm
That
not-
shit is
Euro,
because
I'm not
that's not at
sure,
all
JD.
what I'm saying.
Euro, I'm not
Nah,
going
you-
to. I'm not that disgusting.
Wow, if I
I'm following you though. You're
I'm kidding. No,
I
no,
just,
no,
I just
no,
slightly
I'm
disagree.
kidding.
It's the same.
No,
It's
I'm
the, but
telling
here's
you,
the thing.
I'm
It's the
following
same
you,
thing.
bro.
It's the same
Euro,
thing
I'm
with
following
Vince.
you.
Vince
Euro got
was an
it.
athlete in the
keep
beginning.
spinning it. Euro,
Vince,
you keep spinning
Vince
it.
is the same thing in the.
No,
huh?
Euro, you keep spinning it and defending D'Angelo Russell in a nasty way because you keep saying,
How?
because he said the NBA is full of athletes, not basketball players. What you keep saying is which is fair. I agree with what you're saying, is that Anthony Edwards might be more athletic than a basketball player. He didn't say that. He didn't say that
That's-
there are people who
That's
are
what I think he's saying.
more
That's what I think he's saying.
athletic
That's how I'm taking it.
than their basketball, whatever. He's saying they're not basketball players,
I
as in
get it.
zero.
He
no
is talking about
basketball
Anthony
talent.
Edwards. They probably played ones and busted his ass, and now he throwing subliminals. All right.
All right. Well, so if it came off as if I'm spinning it, JD, I appreciate you, laying it out because that's exactly what I'm saying, and I
Right.
think that's what D'Angelo Russell is saying too.
Right.
Now, and the example that I was going to give in times past was Vince Carter. Vince Carter was an athlete in the beginning, and then he transitioned into being more of a skillful basketball player. He became a shooter and everything like that once his athleticism started to fade. And so I just, that's where I'm
But he
getting at
could be
with it.
talking about MJ.
What?
Anybody really, of course, if you're young and you fast and you can jump high and stuff, you're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Full. Like you could, Dwayne Wade, anybody.
For
You
sure.
see what I'm saying?
No, no, I don't think anyone's arguing the point of like athleticism, but to say
I'm
that
with Briz in the chat.
To say that
I'm
they're
with
not-
Briz in the chat.
to say that they're not
I will show that.
basketball players is crazy. Just
I'm
getting
with Briz.
cooked.
By the way,
cooked
we're
on
at
the wing.
198 likes. Let's get up to 250 before we get into our mute bag.
For those of you who are new, we implement the J-Rob rule if you were here for the J-Rob episode. And if you don't hit the likes within the threshold, then we get muted and you just listen to me for however long it takes to get it.
Shout
Nick
out,
T,
J-Rob.
Nick T, though, we have to definitely get to this because he sent 100-piece nugget. Nick T, who do you guys think should have won MVP this year? Only reason I say this is people in the running for MVP made it to the playoffs, same as Joker, so you can't take that away from Joker. And then what else are you comparing to?
Jay,
put
I
someone
will
over
bust his
Joker?
ass
Just
too.
Curious.
I will bust his ass too, Jay Rodriguez. I don't know what you on, and I will bust your ass too.
And Mike James.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I haven't
You
let that
think
go.
guys in the league can't get their ass busted?
Yeah, because they have.
Oh, Rod, pause, bro.
Rod. Yo, chill. Hey, back to the
Look,
super
this
chat.
ain't that podcast, buddy.
Back
This
to-
is you got the wrong podcast.
Back to the super chat.
You got the wrong podcast because I want all the smoke.
Back to the super chat.
Another dope podcast.
Who do you guys think should have won MVP this year?
Giannis was my MVP.
I had Embiid.
Me too.
I think they all deserved it.
Definitely had Embiid.
Embiid.
The thing about
Is
it
there
is,
a narrative against Embiid in Philly?
I don't know what it is, bro. Because his record was better.
I think
His
Dell
stats
had.
were neck and neck.
I think
And on
Dell
top
hit
of
it.
that, Embiid was playing with for a majority of the year until Harden came there. Embiid was playing with a team that we're looking at like These guys aren't going to do nothing. Harden
Like
came
how
and
people
took
look
the
at
step.
Denver.
Exactly. So I'm like, if Joker had if that's the edge that we're giving Joker, then you got to give it to Embiid too. He played with James for what, 15, 20 games?
Well, I think that Dell said that throughout this season. He said the main reason why Embiid's probably not going to get MVP is because James Harden is there. If Embiid probably played the whole
He
year
came at
without
the
him,
end of the season.
he
though.
would have probably had a better chance of winning MVP if James Harden didn't come. I mean, people are just going to look at that. Oh, Joker's did the whole year without a guide, but then Embiid had James Harden. Like, that's what people do.
So when Jamal Murray comes back next year, is Jokic just going to fall down the MVP ladder? When Michael Porter
Probably.
Jr.'s back heals,
He probably will.
Yo, and hold on really quick, because someone in the chat said that we're acting like we don't know what Euro's talking about. We know what Euro's talking about, but that's why we're saying we think that his interpretation of that shit was just different. But
Yeah, and I'll take it. If I misinterpreted, D-Lo, I'll take it.
yeah, but yeah, we're not misunderstanding him. Lawrence Turner sent a super chat, said, "Love y'all's podcast and sorry to interrupt the conversation, but Bill Russell's passed away and was wondering where y'all have him all time. If you guys know where you have him all time, go ahead and say it. We're not going to debate this topic, but if you know where you're ranking him,
why not? I'm sure Bill will enjoy this.
When I do rank his era, he's in the top 6. That's where I'd have him.
His era or just all time?
All time, but I tend not to rank guys before the 3-point line because the game is just different. But when I do, he'd be in the top 6.
Do you think looking back, Mars, do you think looking back at this era, let's say in like 10 years, 15 years, or even the early 2000s, right? Do you think you're going to be looking at that differently, or the 90s? Because there's a lot of rule changes that happened that really, really changed the game, like hand checking, for example. You know what I mean? Like the zone, fake zone, or whatever. Like, how would you? It's the same concept, right?
The reason why I find it hard to judge before the 3-point line is because with the 3-point line, defenses are different. Like if the league added the 4-point line, which they've been talking about doing, then I think we'd start having discussions about how can you equate what players are doing now with what players are doing with the 4-point line, due to the fact defenses would be even harder to play and stuff like that. But with rule changes like illegal defense, hand checking and stuff, I think the game has virtually stayed similar. Like I think you can compare guys like Magic Johnson to Steph Curry and the game is similar. But if you start trying to bring Jerry West and Kobe Bryant, like the game is just so different. It's hard to equate what he was doing in his era to what guys are doing today. It's just, the game was just too different. It was more clogged. Every shot was worth 2 points. Like everything was just so, it's harder to equate for me.
I think I have him at like top.
Can we
15.
mute the audio?
Hold on. After we get through the super chat, someone paid for this, so can't mute him.
Yeah, chat, get it up to 250 so JD can't.
Yeah, you're lucky that someone sent this super chat. Chat, you got saved by the bell.
Okay, so they got until
Mars?
after the super chat,
Yeah,
and we're going mute.
Yeah, I'm thinking top 15. Euro.
I think top
Go Russell.
200.
It's not that bad, to be honest. There's 400 players playing right now.
Yeah, nasty.
Ron.
He'll be 199.
Go ahead, Deb.
I got Bill Russell's like a top 10 career, but like as a player, I wouldn't put him up that high.
Where do you have him?
Because he doesn't score.
Top what?
Yeah, ever is mad fun.
Top what?
Ever.
Just wouldn't.
Because he doesn't score.
What Mars said, comparing from the league back then, bro. I mean, you could just go watch a game and see how just bad those guys were, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, maybe bad's the wrong word.
I don't know if
That's
it's
the
true.
honest
Wasn't
word.
it only like 8 teams?
It's bad, bro. It's only 8 teams. And then the dude couldn't even shoot 42. Like, he shot like 42% from the field, mainly taking layups. Like, come on, bro. That's bad.
But why you say 8 teams? Like that's an advantage to him. Doesn't that mean the competition is just better? Just like in the WNBA right now, like, you know what I mean? Like they have, you know.
I mean
teams are more stacked technically.
Yeah, the more the team is like upsets is like, all right, let's just pick. Like, I think the greatness of a player also, like the Braun, is it based on the amount of players you have to go against and try to be, you know what I'm saying? If it's just 8, is the cause of it is smaller and easier. You know what I'm saying? To go through seeing the people like, how many games that are playing in the season if it's just 8 teams in the league?
But I mean, that's up to the format though, because they can still say, you know, well, you played 80 games and you just played, you know, the same teams over and over and over again.
So don't you think that's easier than
because to Mars's point, if there's less spots in the league, that means the people that can fill those spots have to be better and better and better. And so like the general landscape, the talent level is elevated.
No, you're viewing that premise thinking about the talent level today. But think
for them.
Right. Yeah. Now look at it for that time, right? And then so if it say, I don't know how they did, but let's say they did it East versus West. So it's 4 teams, right? After you win the first round, you're in the Western or Eastern Conference Finals, then it's in the chip. I just view that as very easier than to the traveling and just going through everything a team is going through now. But I get y'all premises of, it's the best because it's smaller. Like we're in a bubble, it's the best teams.
You think traveling back then was easier?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what I heard you say.
I'm just saying you're going more places. But this is I don't know who the 8 teams was, but I don't think they were like, I just felt like everything was like minuscule. This is just me. Just like Bill Russell, 8 championships, this, that, all the championship he won in a row.
It should be 8 teams now. R.I.P. Bill.
Like I just like let's say, so you think if like that's why it would be doper if the playoffs was not East versus West, but it was like the best 1 to 16.
It'd be doper if it was less teams.
You know, like the best 16 teams based on what you guys
It'd be more basketball players, less athletes.
Facts.
All right, chat, we're moving on. We're at 236 likes. I've muted their audio. Wow, that is tough, chat. Tough. 250 likes, it will unmute the audio. Damn. J-Rob rule in full effect. That is so tough, chat. Bro, we were right there. We were cooking. There's 343 of you guys right here. All you have to do is hit the like button, and we're chilling. I'll be back later, he said. We're about to get into talk about pro-ams, best players in the 2010s. Kyrie saying he wanted to play overseas. Some interesting facts. I don't know how much we're gonna get into. 145. Probably get into these next 3 topics easily before the end of the show. So, I think we should petition this J-Rob rule. Oh, that is fire. Where is the draft? I'm not sure if we're going to hit a draft today or not. The draft on this doc is an old draft, so I doubt we're going to hit a draft here. So... Whoa, Briz, what? JD acting different with the chest stare out. You like that? Dang, jangling. All right, we got 250 likes. Hey, we're coming back in, fellas.
Super Bambi's mom. Super Jack from Titanic. Super Mufasa.
Hey, this is the second time y'all missed some elite. Shaq's in a whole different bag right now.
And now it's Super Bill right now. I'm sorry if you guys missed that, but like
that was elite, man.
Tough. Dude, that is so tough, bro. It's crazy because both times that they were muted today was like, wow, top tier. Super chat, Mateo.
They come back into me saying Super Bambi's mom.
Mateo Soria. What makes prime Shaq over prime Boogie?
Yo.
Like, why is that even a question?
Thanks for your $2.
He messaged me on Instagram a couple months ago.
Thanks for your $2, Mateo.
I know what Mateo.
I'm Shaq over prime Boogie. Is that what he said?
Now I know where he's going with this. He's gonna say Boogie was more skilled. Boogie, it was more. What's your word, Dell? Aesthetically pleasing. It just looked better.
I never said that word in my life.
Yeah, but it also
somebody uses that. But
wait, Ron, do you think that it looked more aesthetically pleasing than Shaq dunking on everyone and their moms?
And also saying that Boogie is more skilled than Shaq is, I don't know if that's so clear.
I mean, in terms of just dribbling, shooting, doing guard things, Shaq could. No,
Oh
Shaq
my
could.
God.
He just
Sure,
really
Shaq
Especially
Orlando
Orlando
was
Shaq,
Was
like coast to
different, though.
coast, was a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Hey,
I don't know,
no,
man.
for sure, no, without a doubt. Hey, I'm not taking Boogie's side. I'm just saying I'm thinking what he may be thinking. And on top of that, he probably didn't see Shaq like that. So he's like, Boogie was a dominant force in 2016. But make no mistake, Boogie's not fucking with Shaq.
All right, let's talk about pro am performances. Ron, do you actually know how these guys performed? Because all it says is Jade McDaniels versus Chet and Paulo in the crossover pro am. So
Yeah. I know. Shout out Jay McDaniels, a real Seattle dog. Federal Way High School. I know he had 52. Paulo had 50, and I think Chet 50 and 10, and Chet had like 34 and 11 rebounds.
yeah. And he had 8 blocks, I think I saw.
Yeah.
So
I wish I
nice.
was in town that day.
What would you have done?
Welcome
Chet?
to Seattle, Chet. Then he beats my shit.
Can I take bets? Can I take bets on who's gonna punch on him first?
Ooh, his first poster.
We got to look at the games.
Yeah, we do. Here, let's do it.
You pulling it up?
Yeah, look at the first. Give us the
20.
first 5-10.
23 NBA schedule. Is that what it would be?
It's gonna be Anthony.
Dub,
Edwards,
do you want to
though.
get in on this? We can re-up our bet on this.
2022,
All right.
2020. Oh,
We
they
can do
don't
this
even
one.
have a schedule out.
I like
yet.
this.
They don't have a schedule yet.
No, 2022, 23 schedule. It's just no data.
I'm sure Mars can find it.
That's on
track.
NBA.com. Let's see.
Gage, yeah, man. Me and JD, we're trying to do it. I don't know, JD. You still feeling up to it? I want to go for sure.
Depends. It depends. I might actually I might not be able to because I have to do something tonight and I have to do so much before this weekend because I'm taking off for Mexico this weekend, chat. I won't even be here for the next show or the Sunday show. I'll be here for Wednesday. But
where in Mexico?
I don't know, bro. I just know that I'm going over there for a wedding and I get to chill for a weekend. So I'm like,
nice.
that's enough for me.
Right.
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell played in the Pro-Am. Isaiah Thomas played in the Drew League. DeJounte Murray, Isaiah Thomas, John Collins, and Trae Young and Mike James are supposed to play in the crossover Pro-Am today. So if you are in Seattle, Seattle Pacific University, the doors are open at 11:45. I believe. I don't know when tip-off is. I would assume probably around 12:30ish if they're opening it.
If that's the game.
Well, that's just when doors open. So games will go for the rest of the day. I would assume. I've never been, but you're in Seattle.
Gage said, Euro, get me in. You get me in, bro. I ain't got no connects up here. Shaq, Ron, what's up?
Yeah, I don't even know how to get into those.
Shaq act like he ain't here. That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
that is crazy.
No, my son, like, he's supposed to be down for a nap, and I just look at the camera, and he's just holding the baby monitor in his crib, and I'm like, what is going on?
He's shooting a music video. Oh my God.
Yeah. There you go.
Like, what's his name at the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Best?
The Weeknd.
Yeah. Can we talk about the best players of the 2010s? I want to hear everybody's list. Maybe we do like top fives or something. I feel like this could get interesting.
The
Just
top
players
5
who
players from
played?
2010 to 2020.
Best players in the 2010s, so that era. Not played in 2018 and is, now and who they are now. The best players in the 2010s.
So, okay.
LeBron, KD.
LeBron, KD, Steph.
I'll put Giannis in there. He won in 2019, right?
2021.
He won
Well,
a
MVP in
tripping.
2019.
There you go.
I don't know. Giannis
He's
kinda
MVP,
came on
bro.
board.
By default, he got to be in there. All the MVPs
I
got to be
don't
in there.
know. I don't know. He
I'm
came
not
towards the later
putting
part.
Derek Rose in there.
What year did he win MVP?
I might put Kobe in there,
2011.
bro.
Man, Derek Rose was crazy.
Because wait, Giannis peaked in what? Which year? What, 2017, right?
What do you mean by Pete? It became good.
Yeah, it became good. Yeah.
Like 2017, 2018.
Because shit, if we gonna do that for Giannis, I'm putting Kobe up there, bro.
Kobe
I'm
in
putting
the
Kobe.
2010s.
I'm putting Kobe right at 3.
Harden for
Bron,
sure.
Steph, KD, Harden, Kawhi, probably my top 5.
Where's Giannis?
Not in the top 5.
Yo, Giannis,
Yeah, I
doesn't,
know,
Giannis
where?
doesn't clear Kawhi in the 2010s.
I mean, Kawhi is a weird case.
Damn-
'cause he
damn
didn't
near-
do
Here
much
comes
in the-
Damn
Ron
near-
from the
yeah.
Bad
damn
Take
near-
Factory.
I
Damn
think
near-
I think I'm taking.
damn
Anthony
near don't
Davis over
nobody clear
to be
Kawhi.
honest.
I'm gonna
Kawhi-
give it to Bron, obviously, and then after that, it gets sketchy.
I mean,
This is why Kawhi's
Russ-
not top 10.
Why?
Russ needs to
Finals
be in there
MVPs?
too.
See,
Russ
Two
would be
Finals
around
MVPs.
there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get around the Russ, but we on Kawhi right now. 2 Finals
mean,
MVPs,
that doesn't.
Defensive Player of the Years,
So we're talking about how good you are or what you achieved. I think
everything.
Because Kawhi wasn't that great until like 2016, 2017.
He wasn't that great, but got a Finals MVP. All right.
Finals.
He wasn't-
Iguodala
he
has a
wasn't
Finals
Kawhi.
MVP.
Alright,
Like it
yeah,
doesn't
he
make you a
wasn't
great
Kawhi
player.
Leonard,
Yes.
bro.
You guys sleep on Kawhi and really how good he really is. I don't
No,
think he.
no
I don't
one's
think he
doubting
gets
that he's
as
good.
much. I don't think he gets as much credit as he really needs to get.
Because he doesn't play as much as he really needs to.
And when he does play, he tears niggas up.
Kawhi didn't become like a top 10 guy until like 2017, and then he was hurt in 2018, and then he won the chip in 2019, and then the 2010s are over. So what? Two elite years, and he's top
He
5.
got 2 rings. Who else got 2 rings?
That's why I'm not
Alright,
mad when you
bro.
say
Alright,
you don't
bet,
have
bet.
Derrick Rose in there
Rings.
because he was hurt for pretty much most of
Yeah.
that, right?
So I mean, if you want to go based off accomplishments, Kawhi would be there. 2 defensive player of the years, 2 Finals MVPs, 2 rings. But if we're going based off how good you were for the decade and just how good you were,
It's
at
no
basketball, I don't
fucking
think
way
Kawhi's
Kawhi's in the
there.
top. Like, stop playing with me
I'm
right
putting,
now.
I'm putting Anthony Davis over Kawhi Leonard for the 2010s.
What are we
in terms of
talking?
how well
Like,
they played.
stop.
Wait. What about Kobe, Ron? Where are you putting Kobe?
I'm
Bryant?
about to log off. I'm not
I mean,
going to talk about Kobe. You're putting AD
Kobe
over
wanted to-
Kawhi.
Yes.
Are you okay?
2016, 17, 18, 19. That's 4 years where
AD,
Kawhi had 2.
AD in the 2010s is easily over Kawhi Leonard.
Oh my god.
Bro,
Easily.
this is a 10. It's a 10.
What did AD do?
bro?
Play
He's
basketball
easily-
better.
Besides put together an empty stats gumbo band.
He played basketball
running
better.
through the
That's what he
streets
did.
of New Orleans. What else
He
did he
pla-
do?
You
Play
just call him
basketball.
Oh my
at a
God,
better
it was
level than
empty
Kawhi
stats.
Leonard.
Gumbo
Empty
band.
stats parade. Gumbo, yes.
Band?
Come on.
Right.
Come
What'd you
on,
say to
what?
Mars?
Come on.
I can't give
but
someone who had
man,
2
but
elite
that's-
years and say you're top 5 for
But
the decade. That
that's
doesn't make
what I be
sense.
saying though. You guys that take AD and put him on a pedestal, but why can't Kawhi get the same thing?
Anthony Davis
AD's
doesn't have 2 years.
But we're talking about the whole 2010s.
So AD's not injury prone.
Who said that?
Oh my God,
Hey,
Ron.
you're talking about Kawhi being injured
Hold
and
on,
stuff
Ron.
like that.
No,
People
I'm talking about
closer to-
Kawhi not being great
Ron,
until
Ron.
2017. That's what I'm talking
Closer
about.
to the camera real quick.
So when was AD? When did AD become great? Dell, leave me
20
alone, bro.
No,
2016,
I want to see how tight your dreads are.
2015, AD was a top 10 player in the NBA.
Okay.
2015.
Okay.
So half the decade, AD was a top 10 player.
Dell
in the
said he
NBA.
got him retwisted.
Kawhi was a top 10 player in the
Right.
NBA for 2 years. Like, I don't get why it's crazy for me to say AD had a better decade than Kawhi.
So then why
As a
didn't AD get a ring throughout that whole tenure? If he was so great.
So winning a ring makes you a better player. Just want to make sure
Winning a
that's
ring
what you're-
says a
that's
lot
the
about a
road you're
player.
going.
It says a lot about a player. It doesn't make you better, but it says a lot.
What is it? What does 2014 say about Kawhi Leonard as a basketball player?
2014, a little sketchy because he's playing with GOATs. But at the same time, these are dudes that were past their prime. All of them.
Okay, so what does it say about him? That he won.
What do you mean? What does it
he
say
won a-
about him?
What he won a ring on the Spurs in
It said-
2014. What does that say
it's-
about him?
It said on the top stage he locked up the best player in the NBA. That's what it says.
Locked up.
On the top stage, he outperformed. He didn't outperform LeBron, but he dueled with LeBron and was able to lead his team to a championship. That's what it says.
Okay,
The
so Andre
unanimous-
Iguodala
the
the next
unanimous
year.
number one player. The unanimous
Andre,
number one player.
Andre Iguodala the next year did the exact same thing you're talking about. So where's
Okay.
he rank on this decade? Top 10,
Andre,
top 15?
Andre Iguodala is not anywhere on
Hey,
this.
Kawhi Leonard had 2 elite years. Andre Iguodala had 0. Kawhi's top 5 to you. Andre Iguodala has to be somewhere in the top 10. Top
You
15.
just listed off your players and you said Kawhi was 4 or 5. You just said his range.
I changed it. I literally said I'm taking
Oh,
AD,
you
I'm
changed
taking
it.
Russell Westbrook,
Oh,
I'm taking
you
James
changed
Harden.
it. No. I'm talking
I'm
about
taking a lot of
before that.
guys
When you
over
were talking
Kawhi
about
for this
ranges of
decade.
current players right now.
Oh, Kawhi 2022. What are we doing?
I
2010.
I understand that. So I'm saying that to say Kawhi was like that in 2000 in the 10s. He was like that.
in 2016, 2017.
He was
and
like that.
2018, 2019. So 2 years, like I've said. Kawhi was a top 5 player in the NBA. Top 10 guaranteed, but top 5 you could say. The rest of the decade, he didn't touch the top 10. So I'm
He
giving
was
him 2
unanimous
years.
top 5
I
for
suppose.
at least
Kobe
a 4 to
Bryant was
5
top
year
10 in
stretch.
2010. He was top 10 in 2011. He was top 10 in 2012. He was top 10 in 2013. Kobe has to be over Kawhi,
He has
like
to be.
easily. He had double the amount of years that he was a top 10 player in the NBA than Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, I'll hear the Kobe
And he has
argument.
a Finals MVP.
I'll hear the Kobe argument, but I'm just saying, like, yo, y'all sleeping on Kawhi.
Chris
It's
Paul.
not about sleep.
It's
It's
not
not
about-
Kawhi's a great player. He just didn't do it a lot in the 2010s.
LeBron, it's not about sleeping on him. It's just the fact that it's just not long enough. Pause. He just hasn't done it long enough in that decade.
Chris
So it's like
Paul?
there's nothing you could do about it.
Ron, so where's Kawhi right now?
What?
Where do you got him ranked? What's your range?
1 to 3. Mars, don't. After all your nasty takes, I give one nasty take, and now you want to do this?
I haven't said anything crazy.
Wow, I've never
I've
noticed someone to admit their nasty take in the
Yo,
process of
I
it.
never said Kawhi was the best player in the world.
Kawhi's him, though. Kawhi's him. Now,
Nah,
all right,
Kawhi
I'm not gonna
can play.
say 1 to 3. I think Giannis is 1 for sure. After that, Kawhi's a debatable with anybody. With anybody
He's a debatable with Bron.
right now, yeah.
KD?
Yeah. So I got
love
listen,
to hear the
look,
argument
look,
for Kawhi
I got
over
I
LeBron.
got Kawhi over KD.
So do I.
Do you have him over
And-
Giannis?
and- No, Giannis is a clear cut number 1.
Dell, you got Giannis number 1, right?
In Greece.
Ron, Aaron,
Respectfully.
yeah,
Right. Respectfully.
Aaron Butta sent a super chat and said, "LeBron, I'm starting to think Mike wasn't lying."
About what?
You never cooked him.
Oh, about when I gave him an M1 and he got mad at the ref and said some explicitive words and then took his jersey off, threw it, and then walked out the gym with his boys. That didn't happen, huh? Yeah, y'all didn't hear that part of the story. Hey, I tried to save him, but y'all keep poking at it. So now I'm
What
gonna give
was
y'all the
he
full
mad
story.
about?
Because he was getting. Shut up, LeBron. Shut up, LeBron.
Ron, can we get the Toy Story cast, Players' Choice panel Toy Story cast?
Are we at 300? We got to get to 300 likes.
We're close. We're at 267.
267.
Ron keeps moving the goalposts, man. That's crazy.
300 likes is fair.
Right.
300 likes is fair.
Yo,
267. We
Can you explain to the chat Ron having to what he has to do?
So what was it? 2 episodes ago, 2 or 3 episodes ago, Ron said that he would give. He actually already has this. Everyone on Player's Choice, he has given them a Toy Story character, and he said if we
All
hit,
black production, Tyler Perry style.
if we hit
And
300.
JD's still Woody.
if we hit 300 likes, Ron will give us the cast.
Hey, surprise! JD's actually not Woody.
Am I
He
Andy?
is but he is somebody.
Yo, can we please get to 300?
Bro, I have to hear this. Like, we're about to close this gap
Oh,
quick
man.
too, because it's only 20 likes left. Yo, this is crazy. The anticipation, I don't think you understand the anticipation that I've had for this, to hear this. Literally
Oh,
since you
man.
came on and said that. Oh, it was 150. Yeah, it was 2 episodes ago, 150.
Oh, man.
I need somebody to Photoshop this,
Photoshop
Once
what?
Ron gives the people.
like the cast. Yeah, no, like, just the cast and like
Oh
have
my
everybody's
God.
faces on the characters and stuff.
Bro, please, somebody who is
we ever
goated
get
at
to
Photoshop.
300.
Please. 19 likes.
Somebody
let's
of
get
these
it.
350 people got Photoshop skills.
Yeah,
I
Ron,
know
so
it,
it's Mr.
sure.
Potato Head, Slinky.
Wait, you're just you
What's
know
some
who
other
the
interest?
cast. Wait, hold
Yo,
on.
I'm looking at the faces of the characters right now, and this is going to be elite. Oh my god.
Wait, Ron, when you give them, because you're for sure gonna have to give them, because it's 15 away. I might throw up their faces up on the screen while you're doing it.
All right.
That's kind of elite.
Who's Dub?
Nervous.
While we're
Very
waiting
nervous.
for these likes to come through, let's talk about Kyrie Irving posted on Twitter in response to a tweet saying that he's gassing up ahead of the new season. All right, this is a quote. Let's see. I don't ever have to gas myself up. I'm going into my 12th year in the best league in the world. And I'm only getting better. When I'm 38 years old and have time to reflect on my career, truly, I will do so. But until then, I'm enjoying every moment. And no, I won't be done playing basketball at 38 years old. I'll be in leagues all over the world playing and teaching the youth all that was taught to me.
And that's when I'm checking out. Yo, I'm not looking over and seeing Kyrie Irving walk out the tunnel. I don't like that idea. I hate that. I don't want to be a part of that.
You should.
I don't want to guard
Then
that.
You could get. Nah, you could get your get back for all the nonsense you said he's been doing.
He
Like
might
Shaq's
get his
redemption.
get back. No, it might be Kyrie's redemption. The Kai and I story might be a little bit different.
Oh man. So do
Yeah,
y'all
I
think?
don't-
Do y'all think? Let's say 4 or 5 years go down the road. Kyrie Irving retires. You really think not retires, but he's just not playing in the NBA? You think he's gonna just start going to
Never.
Euro leagues and stuff like that?
He'll probably visit, but he's not going to play. For what?
Anybody else care to comment on that?
And if he thinks that he's going to be able to keep up at 38 in EuroLeague, good luck.
You don't think he could do that? I think he could.
Good luck.
This Diet Pepsi is amazing.
I'm over here looking up Toy Story cast.
It's only 10 more likes, then we get the Tyler Perry Toy Story
What's next?
production
What's next on the dock
cast.
before I go to my meeting with Dominique Wilkins?
What time is that meeting, Dell?
Yo,
3
can we
o'clock.
get some Discord guys in here?
I mean,
Are we doing a
would
draft
love
or
to hear-
players court?
There is a players course set up.
we could get
Who's
some.
Forky?
Could we do that? Because I don't got to be here for Ron calling me a Toy Story. But I really would love to do the players court. Like love.
Let's see.
Shaq is disgusting.
No,
Shaq, you're
And I
an
still
idiot.
got a shower. JD, I got a TBT jacket for you.
Let's go. Is that coming with my jersey?
Yes, pause. Wow.
Fire. All right, let's see. One,
Does
This is
anybody
where
from
coming.
Discord want to
We don't
come
have-
up, or are we doing a players?
we don't have enough questions for a players court, actually.
Oh, so we're
We
not
can
doing
just add one question. We have,
Okay,
what,
yeah.
3 or 4?
Because I got a shower.
What about a draft?
2, 3, 4. Draft.
Or a
doesn't-
draft.
We can do
there's-
Anything.
Drafts are fun.
There's
Drafts
no
are fun.
draft there. It would
Can we
take
call
20
somebody up
minutes
and
to
do a
set it
draft
up.
with them?
No, because it'll take
Right.
20 minutes to set it up. Dell's gonna have to leave already.
Okay.
Okay, so no draft either?
No, there's no way, because we'll sit here for 20 minutes debating on topics that we should and shouldn't have. In the
Okay.
draft.
So no
Let's
players
just
court,
not
no
debate
draft. So now you're
Oh,
kicking
so
me
we're
out.
not doing so we're not doing players court or draft.
Are you guys? Hello? Is this thing on?
Wait, so what is on the dock for players court? That's not enough questions.
There's only 4 questions, and we have 6 people doing players court. We
So
need
we
it.
only need one more question.
We need.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't have to be
We
6
need
questions.
5. We need 5 questions. Yeah, so we need one.
Yeah, one more question. So JD, for the first round, you pick the question, whatever question, and then we go in order with the 4 that we have already. That's all.
Dub is the man with the axe.
Should we just
What do you
leave
think
Dub
about
out of
that,
this since
JD?
he's already gonna get voted out first?
This guy.
No, we can't
What's
leave
that
Dub
guy's
out.
name?
I'm kidding.
Dub, what's this guy's name? Oh, I know this guy's name.
Talking about that fat dude in the box.
Yeah.
That is not me, bro. I don't know
What is
who
his
gave you
name?
that idea.
Mr. Oh.
Mr. Oh.
yeah. No, it's right there. That's
don't
you,
even
Dub. Why
know.
you laughing? Actually, you're a few characters, not over
How
here.
the hell is it me?
Ron leaked the cast to me. I know who everybody is. Oh, Prospector. That's his name.
Oh, Proctor. No, it was Proctor or something like that. Was it Prospector? I don't know.
It was
I don't-
Prospector.
I don't think I resemble him at all in any way, shape, or form. So that one doesn't make sense.
Yo, King
You-
J
you
re-upping
look
his
like him.
elite membership for 4 months. Said rip to Bill Russell. Thank you for King J. Let me see if
Rip
chat
is crazy.
did chat give any questions. Chat, give me a question.
No, you use it, JD. You are Amazing
The
basketball
chat.
mind.
The chat.
Yeah, right.
Over JD? I guess.
It's hard for me to like think of stuff while I'm up here listening to you guys talk and doing other stuff. So they can give us a player's court question. It will be the final question too. That'll be elite.
Okay.
What's the order?
So while I'm waiting, maybe I'll just start. I need an order too, chat.
La la la. JD is Rex.
Have we done that question? Not a terrible question. Ron, Euro, Mars, Dub, Dell, Shaq.
I'll go last. I don't care.
Timer. Oh wow, we haven't done a what? Oh,
What is this? Players court or a draft?
Players court.
Players court. We haven't done players court. Where do I usually do my timer? Timer. Who is? Oh, yeah. I feel like there's not enough. Okay, actually, that because that will be the last one. Nice. All right. No, because that's just gets into GOAT talk. King J said, Shaq, thanks for being a role model to me.
King J, you're welcome, my brother. Hit me up on IG.
Dang Jang Lang said,
Shaq's Power Hour coming soon.
That's what I was about to ask you, Shaq. Has your boy been chatting it up with you?
Who?
The guy who messaged you was reading. What's his name? Sam?
Sammy?
Sam I am.
He was just very appreciative. I sent him the link from TikTok as me and him are boys or whatever. He was just very appreciative of me doing that for him. And I'm like, whenever you have round 2 in the chamber,
by all means.
I know Michael Sam was happy for that.
Down. Dude, what the heck? Why isn't my timer here anymore? All right, I guess I'm using my phone. Elite. All right, round 1.
Let's get it.
We got Ron, Euro, Mars, Dub, Dell, Shaq. Ron, starting with you. 24 seconds, 15 added if you want it. Pop. Which player, if they win another ring, will increase their legacy? You can choose any player. You have 10 seconds to think.
you like that question, Dell. You like that one.
And your time starts now.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Luka. Luka gets the ring. I think he gets catapulted into a crazy hemisphere of basketball players. He's already just phenomenal talent. People already rank him highly. But if he gets that ring, we have to put him on.
Euro.
I'm gonna go with LeBron. Obviously, it's always been a knock against him for whatever reason that he's gone to like 10 straight finals or whatever it was and only come out with as quote unquote few as he has. So I think if he now, especially in the later parts of his career, is able to win another one, that'll definitely increase his legacy and cement him as top 2.
Mars.
Kevin Durant. I think the only knock on KD's legacy is that he hasn't won without Golden State. If he wins a ring without Golden State, no one's going to have any more questions to say about his legacy, what he can and can't do. And I think that just proves that his legacy will get increased the most.
Dub.
Stephen Curry, if he goes back to back this year, there's going to be a lot more people trying to compare to LeBron. He's easily going to eclipse Magic Johnson, and that will no longer be a debate. Yeah, it's Stephen Curry.
Dell.
I'm gonna go with Chris Paul. They call him the point guard and everything. So most stuff that he's missing is just the NBA championship. If CP get it, you could put him in that run where people already have him, but knocking all his playoff losses and stuff. So I'm gonna go with Chris Paul.
Shaq.
I'm gonna go with Dame just because he's the only one here that's kind of been super loyal to his city. So if he decides to take the money and win a chip, that's different company. And I mean, it worked out for Dirk.
Wow, no Giannis, huh? All right, chat. I need you guys to start throwing up names here of who you're voting out so that we could create a poll with the names that I'm seeing the most. And we can get an actual vote. Man, I'm surprised no one said Giannis. I feel like Giannis getting another ring would project him up into like. Now we're really gonna have to start thinking about.
I think a lot of people already have him like number 2 or number 3. So
I'm
it's
talking
like,
about all time.
yeah, all
No,
time they have him number 2 as foul forward ever, or 3. So it's like he gets another one, he's still probably gonna be behind Tim Duncan.
no, I think it's weird to pick like a younger player. It has to be someone with a legacy already intact, not with like 7 or 8 years of prime left for me. Basically, that's how I viewed the question.
Yeah, I viewed the question as somebody who already has like a legacy established. So it's
Alright.
like Luka, to me, it was like, get that.
Yeah, the poll is up. I saw mostly Ron, Mars, Dub, Euro.
There's no way people actually voted for me. That's crazy.
Who picked?
I think
Steph?
I think I did.
Okay,
I thought your answer was probably the best, Mars.
me too. I was good to either go on KD or Chris Paul.
Same.
This one was nice.
But when KD fell to me, I was like, okay.
Ron and Dub fighting for last position.
Let me see who I'm
Yeah.
gonna give my vote to.
Told you we didn't even have to add another question. We could have just moved on without Dub.
I'm not gonna lie. Dub, if you go out here, you've been violated. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Violated.
That's
violated.
I thought I had an amazing answer, and that's just wild to
I
me.
think there's one answer that was clearly just bad, but
Yeah, it was Ron's. I hated it with a passion.
Hey, Ron. Who's Ron talking
Ron's
to?
muted.
Yeah, he is muted.
He said Ron's weird.
No, he's muted. Who is he talking to?
He's talking to himself.
No way.
That's
I
fine.
thought you were talking to someone.
Nah,
That is elite.
Hey, if Luka gets a ring, he gets catapulted into elite company already. So that's why I'm saying that.
Well, no, right, no. But the thing is with Luka, if Luka get a ring now, his legacy is still building. It's like a startup. It won't be Luka getting a ring now wouldn't be as big as Steph getting his 5th ring. Luka getting a ring now wouldn't be at KD winning without the Warriors or Chris Paul first ring. Luka ring now would not be better than Chris Paul getting his first ring or LeBron getting his 5th ring.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. When you think of Luka and Chris Paul right now, Chris Paul's still in another stratosphere right now. If Luka gets that, he catapults and clears Chris Paul. He clears a lot of people.
Ron, you did get zapped,
got voted?
but
Bye,
we also hit 300 likes, so let's hear it.
I'll do it after players court.
No, I want to hear it now. We hit 300
And I will
likes.
have time, JD.
Oh my god. All right.
Yeah, I gotta.
That is so tough. Euro, you're first. Give a modern day comparison to an older player. You're giving a current player, comparing them to an older player. Your time starts now.
he's muted as well.
Is he? Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
That's tough.
See, I thought you was interrupting me, Mars. That's crazy. Appreciate you though for the lookout. I'm gonna go Giannis and Shaq for the simple fact of the dominance factor. You know, it doesn't really have much to do with the game and how they play, but you know, Giannis is an unstoppable force. Shaq was very similar. Defensive schemes, they kind of have to, you know, address that in the same manner. So I'm gonna go Giannis and Shaq.
Mars.
I'm gonna go Darius Garland and Steve Nash. I think the way they facilitate for their teammates are very similar. The way they can probe in the paint, dribble around, find lobs. They're probably some of the best lob passers in the NBA. They can score from all 3 levels while the volume is not that high. They're extremely efficient from everywhere on the floor. And I think the way that they can raise an offense's potential with bigs around them is very similar.
Dub.
MJ and Kawhi Leonard. That's something that's been around the NBA for years now. The frame, the two-way threat that those two poses, the size of their hands, the lengths of their arms. MJ and Kawhi is a perfect comparison with each other.
I'm gonna go with Magic and LeBron, just being 6'8", being able to facilitate the way they both do, control the dynamic of the game with that height and passing ability. Bron just being more aggressive on scoring, his athletic ability is supremes Magic, but just a way of controlling the game from a 6'8" position at point guard wise. I'm gonna go with Magic and Bron.
Jack,
Let me know when I'm at 20 seconds.
you're at 20 seconds right now.
No, like 4 seconds left. I want to use all my time for this.
Oh, all right. I'll count you down at 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Bradley, Bill, Carmelo, Anthony.
They both still play.
Yo. Damn, that's true. Damn, Shaq. And your time expired.
Surprised no one said Embiid and Hakeem.
Oh my god.
Yo, I have a question for Dub. You think
Go ahead.
Kawhi is more of a Jordan than a Scottie Pippen? Just yes or no?
I thought you were gonna say Scotty when I heard you say
Jack, who
Kawhi.
you vote now?
Yeah.
Chat.
Mm,
That was kind of crazy, Dub.
I mean, MJ is two-way too, though.
I don't
MJ,
think, I don't
I-
think that's too ridiculous.
I think it's the
Cole-
same
Co-
shit. I think it's the same shit,
Okay.
honestly.
I
Like,
mean,
I
Cole-
think Kawhi's a better scorer, so that's where the scoring part comes in for the MJ.
Wait, we're comparing MJ and Kawhi.
No, Dub is.
I compare MJ and Kawhi.
Don't add me into that.
Yo, the comparing
So
their
we can
hands
compare
and arm
Kawhi to
length
Kobe
was
too.
hilarious.
You want? I
God,
don't care.
that was amazing, Shaq. I love what you did there. But Dub is.
Yeah,
Stop
but
saying
it-
we though. Stop saying we though. Just Dub.
Kawhi and Kobe.
K and
I've
K.
never heard it before, but here we are.
All
I'm
right,
not
chat.
comparing that shit.
Kawhi and MJ.
I saw a lot of Shaq,
Why
a lot
Jordan?
of Dub. No way, chat.
That's,
Melo is closer to Bill than Kawhi will
But-
ever be to MJ.
but you
or
didn't.
Kobe.
But
Beal
they
is still
both,
playing.
they're playing though.
You're both
bro.
still playing.
It doesn't
It
matter.
was a old. It was a
It
older
matters. It was
player.
over. The question
It's
is
my
current versus
context.
past.
It's my context.
Okay.
Carmelo was passed. He should have been retired.
Oh, okay.
Man.
The question.
Technically, the question says
question-
modern day comparison to an older.
That
player.
is wild.
Yeah.
Bro.
Modern
Shaq,
day
yeah.
comparison to an older player. Carmelo's not on a team right now.
and he's old.
Yeah, this
Older.
is wild, bro. The chat really hates me. You know what?
Dub, you said MJ and Kawhi.
That's
you didn't even
not-
give them
that's
anything.
not-
I
No,
was
but I-
trying
no
to
matter
for what it's
how
go.
worth,
Shaq
I
picked,
think it was a
MJ
good
Kawhi
comparison.
is
That's not
nastier
even.
than
That's
Beal
not
and-
even
and
crazy.
Melo.
No, no,
It's
no,
not a
no,
ba-
no.
it's not
That's
a bad
even
comparison, but
crazy,
you don't
bro.
have to
Y'all
get into it.
fucking serious?
You don't have to
Dub,
get
I'm
into
with
it.
you.
No,
but
no, I'm
people
gonna
in the
get
chat
into
were
it.
saying-
No, no,
No,
This is
no,
wild, bro.
Dell
Let
has to
Dub get
leave.
this off.
No,
Loser
Dell has to
circle.
leave. Dell has to leave. It's Euro.
I'm
It's
leaving,
on you.
Jay. I'm leaving.
Name
Goodbye.
and no way, bro. Oh my god.
Yo, you're not gonna suspend Dub for that.
Right.
What happened?
Your HR Dub just left.
He said you're HR.
Dub left. I didn't even peep. That's crazy. Man.
All right, we gotta go.
Why do y'all let Dub get away
name-
with this, chat? You guys should spam his DMs.
Name an overrated / underrated. So either or, you can give me an underrated or an overrated stat in today's NBA.
Hmm. Am I going?
5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2. Your time starts now.
Taking a charge. I think it's probably one of the most impactful things that you can do on the court. Single things. It drains the energy out of the arena. It kills momentum. It shifts momentum. And it actually adds a turnover to the other team. And it doesn't show up on your stat sheet. So yeah, man, taking a charge is crazy.
Mars.
So which one is it?
Mars.
Whichever one.
Field goal percentage, I think, is the most overrated stat in the NBA. It doesn't measure efficiency, but people use it as if it does, when all it does is measure the accuracy of the shots you take. There's so many better efficiency stats that don't come on the box score for whatever reason, because maybe people are stuck in their ways or they don't understand how efficiency works. But field goal percentage has no reason to be on a stat sheet, but people still quote it like it's law.
Dell.
Anything analytics is. Anything in regards to the word analytics is overrated to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know numbers. I don't know percentage. Anything involving analytics is overrated. If I'm out, I'm out. But analytics needs to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go triple-double. Triple-double doesn't tell any tale anymore. Like back in the day when J. Kidd was racking them up, it was like a feat, but now literally anybody can get a triple-double because of the pace of play. So I'm gonna go triple-double.
All right.
I like that one too.
All right.
That's-
Chat,
was
I like the
amazing.
charge. I like the
getting
charge.
Zapped.
Triple double. I would have never. Like I wouldn't even. My
But I
mind
like
wouldn't even gone
triple-double.
there for being
Yeah,
overrated.
yeah,
But you're actually right
because-
though.
He's 100% right.
Yeah,
But because how we grew up in a different triple-double era, we viewed it like, wow. You know
that's
what I'm saying? But
impossible to
he's-
get. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
that's crazy.
Now Ron can get one on Mike James.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
By
As
the
legend
third quarter.
holds.
Oh yeah, this is a zap. Dell. All right. We got Euro, Mars, and Shaq.
Yo, I'm gonna watch on my phone to see the
Okay.
the what's his name? The Toy
Toy
Story.
Story cast.
The Toy Story's cast. Love is love. I holla.
Bye,
Yeah.
Dell.
The next Wednesday if
right,
I'm on the
brother.
show, we
All right.
won.
That's a fact.
Hold on. When's your next game?
It's
Tomorrow.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
No,
Oh,
Tuesday.
okay.
Tuesday.
At
Tuesday.
8.
right.
Yeah, sir.
All right.
All right. Euro.
Yeah.
What was the biggest overreaction the NBA community has ever had?
Okay. Ready?
Yep. Time starts now.
I'm gonna stick to my guns and say the bubble. I think it's absolutely ridiculous for people to say that that's trash or not. You know what I mean? Because everybody, all the teams were in it. Like it's literally an equal playing field. So for people to say it doesn't count, it's absolutely ridiculous, and people stick with that to no end. It makes no sense to me.
Mars.
Overreaction.
James Harden going to the Brooklyn Nets with KD and Kyrie. I think everyone acted like KD made another super team and it was going to be over and the Nets were going to sweep everyone in the playoffs and they were going to win the next 2 championships. I think you have to look at team dynamics and how things work. And then you look at reliability issues with guys like Kyrie and KD. I think anyone with a new coach, I think anyone could realize that team wasn't going to be the dominant force people said.
Shaq.
I'm going to go the decision. You guys literally burned this man's jersey. That was kind of crazy. Just because he decided to leave town and go team up with his boys. The decision reaction was pretty crazy. Everything is, what's the word? Mirrored to that when somebody makes a decision like that these days, you get the jersey burns.
All right. Polls up, chat. I cannot
And
wait for
Dubs
this
in the chat.
Toy Story cat. Wow.
Yo, Dub, it's all right, bro. It happens to the best of us. Dub, come back.
Maybe Dub should host
We-
Players Court.
Dub, we miss you already.
Dub, you can host Players Court from now on. Then you'll never get voted out. Yo, nasty. Oh wow, that's a humongous zap. Mars is gone. It is Euro versus Shaq. In El Clasico, Players Court.
Mars, you leaving too?
Euro.
All right.
Euro.
Guys, somebody got some sportsmanship up here.
Final round, you get 30 seconds. You get 30 seconds. Euro, you're first. Who is the best scorer out of everyone who did not make the NBA top 75?
Oh fucking hell, man!
Who is
Hold on,
the
let me Google
best
real quick.
scorer that did not make NBA top 75? This is all time. Best scorer that did not make top 75.
Let me Google real
Shaq,
quick.
Shaq, if Euro's Googling, you can Google as well.
Well, how much time
All
did
right,
you get?
I'm good. I'm good.
start.
I'm good.
You're starting right now.
So hold on. Yeah, let's. Here, I want to be fair to Shaq though. How many seconds was that? I'll give you 15. I mean, shit, you can Google while I'm talking, really.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not about the Googling part. It's just
I mean, I can't name a player that's that I don't know the top 75 list off the dome like that.
But I mean, that's players' court where we get to Google. You're right. But
Yeah.
go on. Do your thing.
Shaq will have 10 seconds before his round. So you got it. You got it. You're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Trace McGrady. He is arguably, one of the best one-on-one players ever. And don't take my word for it. Kobe Bryant said that. He's tall, athletic, can jump fast. He's also quick. Handles are stupid. He got a jump shot. He got a midi. And he can, finish, through contact. I think Trace McGrady is definitely on that list.
All right,
Great
Shaq,
answer.
you have 10 seconds.
How do I have 10 seconds?
You have 10 seconds until your 30 starts.
Oh, I get 30 seconds?
And your 30 seconds starts right now.
This is nasty. So I'm going Bradley Beal. I really am. Like, I'm going Bradley Beal. I don't care. You guys can say whatever. Euro, you went first. Good job. If this was Mars, they would have still gave him the win. But I'm going Bradley Beal.
Shaq, it's always nasty when you're in the last round and you always do that. Like, they're going to vote for someone else
Back-to-back
anyway.
30-point seasons.
Oh, my God, bro.
No, I mean, it's either T-Mac or Bradley Beal.
Literally.
Bradley Beal is
Like,
actually not a bad one.
I want somebody to contest T-Mac for the best score outside of the top 75. There's literally no answer.
Kyrie.
It's definitely Kyrie, and then you could say Dwight Howard too.
Kyrie.
Dwight Howard
gonna win.
Ron?
Hey, it was a couple seasons where Dwight was putting up numbers.
Kyrie's the best.
It's a
player.
couple seasons where Dwight
Was Kyrie gonna win?
Depends on the argument.
Was Kyrie gonna end? Was he gonna win?
No.
He was gonna beat T-Mac?
I think Kyrie could have. You could have broke down Kyrie's bag and been like,
No, the chat don't care about that. They focus on the name. If they agree with
T-Mac
the name,
was
the
not.
argument
Yeah,
doesn't
that was nasty. That's why I didn't like that question to start off with.
I'm not mad at Clay either, though.
It's like if you have a
You
good
coulda did
debate,
best
no
player.
matter the argument you make, as long as you're the one caping for the guy they support, they're gonna
Yo,
pick
this
your
is what
answer.
we're not going to do. When I said, let's not do players' court, and then you have me add a question, and then we complain about the question, we're not going to do that. We're not
I'm
doing
complaining
that.
about the question. I was out.
We're
so
not
I
doing
didn't care.
that. Euros and winner's circle.
JD, you've literally done that the entire player's choice career, like for its entirety. Ridiculed what other people do. I've been called out for questions I put on players' court many of times. I call you out one time, and now it's Cry Me a River. No pun intended.
$500, by the way.
Yes, Melo is top 75. People putting Manu.
Ron?
You could have said like Luka Doncic.
Ron, the floor is yours.
Luka or Embiid.
The cast.
Yeah, something like that. Someone who's just young.
No, my win is getting to the finals.
Oh, LeBron James. Nice.
Yeah, I feel really good when I get there and I lose and I win some and I.
It's cute.
Mars, but you're like MJ because every time you get there, you win, right?
I don't know. I might have lost in the finals before. Might be Bill Russell, 11-1.
I can't remember the last players' court I won. Now it's on to Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
Guys.
Quit delaying this.
What? Y'all got a question for me?
Ron? Player's Choice
up?
Toy Story cast. Who is who? Let's hear it.
All right. Let's just go ahead and start with the big names. Let's get them out the way with. I'm sure y'all want to know who Woody is. It's an easy choice and it's a not so easy choice. I'm going to go with the not so easy choice. So all black cast, right? So we got to go with a black Woody, right? Well, it's only one guy up here that always wears a hat all the time. It's only one guy up here that consistently wears a hat. So there you go. Euro, you're Woody, okay?
Crazy.
You're Rudy.
We got a light-skinned Woody, all right?
Yo.
now we're gonna go straight to Buzz Lightyear. All right. Straight to Buzz Lightyear. Now, it's a couple places I want to go with this. But when he puts those headphones on, you just see the thing. It's just I just can't get over Dell not being Buzz Lightyear. So I'm gonna put Dell as Buzz.
Bro, I thought you were gonna call Mars Buzz Lightyear because of the hoodie.
Oh no, I got something way better for Mars. Oh man.
Wow.
Next.
We're not even getting nasty
I'm
yet.
sure you guys are wondering who Dub is. I can't help but look at Dub and not think that I can just pluck his nose off, take his ears off, take his hat off. Hey, just unstrap his beard. I'm telling you, it's just hey, I'm telling you, Buzz, Mr. Potato, or Dub, Mr. Potato Head is just one and the same. I swear, he should just make that his profile picture. Now, Mars, this is actually fairly easy for you, and it makes sense. You remember when they got trapped in the machines and the little things was like, Mars, that's you. You're the aliens, bro. You're the little green aliens. And bro, like, yeah. Hey, especially the way you cape for Kawhi too, the claw, yeah. All right.
Oh my God.
Jack, I'm gonna just go ahead and get you out the way with. Hey, you give me Slinky vibes up here. It looks like if somebody just comes and grabs your head like this and just pulls you up, we would just see all the little things right there. Give me Slinky vibes, bro. JD, you're getting safe for last, believe me. I'll do myself too, just to be fair. In chat, if I'm not being fair, you could give me somebody else. But I don't like to be Rex, but I'll take Rex. I'll take Rex, all right? Rex with dreads. But we're not done.
But we're not done. There's more.
Y'all know Skinny Pete? Skinny Pete? That's fluent. I don't even got to go into detail with that. Y'all will see the picture and know. Who else we got? Oh, Mr. Pickle Pants. Mr. Pickle Pants. Hey, you know that guy that's on the show with Fluent? That chill guy? Yeah. Chill's Mr. Pickle Pants. Hey, if y'all seen Toy Story 3, y'all know for sure Bama's Lotso. No ifs, ands, or buts. Bama is for sure Lotso. And I'm just going to end it here with JD. JD, you're actually one of two characters. It just depends if it's evil JD or good JD. On a good day, you're Andy. But JD, on a bad day, you give me Sid vibes like crazy. And I'm not lying. You give me Sid vibes to a T.
Oh my God.
This shit was not real.
Shaq is loving this, man.
Player's Choice, the Toy Story cast.
Oh my God.
All black production.
Oh man.
And
That's the
JD.
thing.
I know
JD,
what I'm gonna need for Halloween now.
We couldn't make Sid black, so you had to, just take that one.
Oh man, Sid is crazy.
God
Wow.
damn it. That's fucked
Andy
up.
and Sid is
and then
elite.
one more. If you guys want me to give you low, I'll give you low as well.
Oh my God, yes.
All right. All right.
Oh, man.
Okay, don't say it wrong because I already know it's gonna be.
Low's the piggy bank. And last but
Shaq
not
enjoyed
least,
this too much.
and last but not least, Light out SpongeBob. There you guys have it. There you go.
Oh my god, bro. All right.
Oh,
Wow. And with that,
That's how you control a room.
We need somebody to Photoshop that.
that was great, Ron.
Oh man,
That was great.
Dub, Mr. Potato Head got it.
Now looking at Dub, like I could imagine taking his features off of him.
Telling you that.
That's crazy.
Said the
looks
beard
like
got
that.
like a buttons right here. He just like unbuttoned it, just be hanging like this.
Just Velcro.
Just strap it in.
Dub looks like when he plays open gym, he loses his nose at least 4 times during the whole stint of everything. Nose just falling off all over the place.
Oh my god. On that note, Ron, I feel like that was a great way to end the show. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know how you top that.
Wow.
Oh man.
Any final words?
None. Somebody help
Love
me
is
up with
love.
tickets for the Pro-Am later today.
Whew, there you go.
Ron,
See
you
how the
know who
people
you
stand
are?
up. Since Shaq don't got me, Ron don't got me, JD don't got me.
Ron got you.
Yo, Ron, if light out SpongeBob, you're Squidward.
That's fire. Speaking of which, Light Out, we got a one-on-one that needs to be set up sometime soon.
I don't think light out
Yeah.
wants it.
He's claiming he wants it. So now he's gonna come on the show as SpongeBob and he's gonna leave with double the holes that he has
on
in
the
him.
show. On the show. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
Hoop. I was like,
No, we could do no. That's Mike James.
All right, let's get out of here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, man. If you're in Seattle, crossover today. Hit it up if you can. We will see you on Wednesday for the next show. Peace